Hello, everyone. Welcome to Charmed Persons.
Hell yeah.
You sound so sour and dour.
He's about to kill us all, that's
I
why.
can't breathe.
A young man lies on the ground, bruised and bloodied. His hair hangs in his face, and he can barely see, but he can see the burning embers on the ends of each strand from the explosion. He crawls over to a wall nearby, barely able to move. Chaos surrounds him as people scream and run in every direction. Those who are still alive, that is. He finally reaches the structure of the wall, and he hoists himself up to lean against it, easing the pressure on his muscles. And that's when he sees him. What looks like a man covered in thick gray fur with the head of a tiger. The man was perched on a roof above the market. His longbow is nocked with an arrow, and it's aimed directly at the young man. The boy tries to gather enough strength to move, scream, do anything, but he could not. He simply has to watch as the man pulls the arrow back with a smirk. But suddenly a large, four-legged beast leaps from the street onto the roof, and it clamps its jaws onto the man's forearms. The beast is joined from the street by a tall elven man with a long beard that rams his elbow into the man's spine. The distraction is just enough for the young man to gather his strength and get to safety. And there he sat until help arrived, ever thankful for his mysterious saviors. An older woman, carrying a basket of fresh baked goods, walks down the streets of Stagham on a sunny afternoon. The birds are chirping in the sky and the sun warms her head. She hums slightly as she rounds the corner and begins to pass that pompous man's home. She was never one to judge outright, but that peel door never sat right with her. As she passes by the side of the house, she guiltily takes a moment to peer into the interior through the ground floor windows. To her surprise, the old woman sees an armored elf and a blue-haired girl and other individuals fighting and roughhousing with a bunch of other men in suits of armor so large she couldn't see the soldiers inside. With a roll of her eyes, she continues to shuffle away. "Young people these days," she says. "Run, my boy!" A young father barks at his son as they run down the streets. His son is falling behind him. The boy, he's too little. His legs aren't able to keep up with his father's pace. The young father holds the boy's two younger sisters in his arms. He wants to wait. He wants to let the boy rest, but they have to get to safety. And then he hears it again, a cacophonous roar that shakes the buildings around him. "Papa!" the young boy yells after his father. The father turns around and he sees the giant red dragon soaring towards them at this very moment, unnatural speed. He couldn't believe it. But it looked like the creature is coming right at them specifically. "No," the father yells. "The dragon's moving too quickly. His hands are full. He won't be able to get them all to safety. Not quickly enough." But then a moment of hope. A man with long red hair leaps from a nearby rooftop with two long swords in either hand. He slams into the back of the beast, plunging the swords into the dragon's back. The young father's jaw drops. Surely he must be dreaming, but then the dragon roars in pain and diverts his course. "Thank you," the young father speaks, exasperated, knowing the man would never hear him. He gathers his children and hides safely until the attack is over. The soldier, she begins to panic as another one of her companions is shattered into a million pieces. In her many years on the wild, she had never experienced anything like this. The two dragons were so immense and powerful they didn't stand a chance. She peeked out from behind the large boulder, and she was just in time to see the white dragon fell another one of her companions with a single swipe. Then the beast turns its eyes onto her. Fear shoots up her spine and she freezes, as if the beast has breathed its icy breath on her already. But then, One arrow strikes into the side of the beast, then another, then another. She roars. The beast roars as she turns her attention to its attacker, and she sees the woman astride the moondrake, arched back, knocking another arrow and releasing it as she flies across the field. Her aim is precise and she seems calm. Inspired by this woman, the soldier turns her attention to the green dragon just in time to see a flash of dark movement. The red-bearded man slides behind the dragon just before turning and striking multiple times with his rapier with impeccable speed, a dark shadow seeming to follow the arc of the sword. The soldier smiles. With the Lake Peak 7, maybe they do stand a chance. A young girl looks out the window of her second-story, very small bedroom. For weeks now, she's been kept in this room almost all day, other than to go down and eat or be taught by her mother. She didn't understand. These not alive stone people were supposed to help her town. That's what the mayor said, but they were so scary and mean. They made everyone stay inside. And she hadn't seen her friends in days. And the only thing worth doing was looking out her window and looking at the mayor's manor. It was a beautiful building and the only thing of any note outside this view. And then she notices something. One figure, then two, then multiple appearing on the roof. One just appears in a spark of light. Another, a small lizard man, floats to the roof with fire coming out of his boots. The young girl's jaw drops as she sees the many figures gather on the rooftops. It's them, the ones that she heard about, the Lake Peak 7. Then a bunch of flashes of light appear and more people join those on the roof. The young girl screams for joy and runs downstairs. Mama, Pop, I think we're saved. The confusion on her parents' faces is replaced by fear when a loud roar, louder than any clap of thunder they've ever heard, shakes their house. We pan away from the interior of this home to the U-shaped rooftop of the mayor's manor. All of you stand there with everyone that you've made an impact on as a group in these last few months, everyone who you've helped, everyone that's joined you. And about a little over a mile away, slowly flying towards you, immense in size, is Shar's right hand, the large colossal combined with ancient red dragon that now currently is headed right towards the town where all of this story began. Rev, Thalia has just released your face in a big smooch, telling you how she's sorry, but I had to do that. I just didn't know what was going. Then she turns. Pharaoh?
Hey! How's it going? You and Rev? That's cool. I support this union.
She like kind of backs away. I'm sorry. This. Go ahead.
I run over, give her a big hug.
She gives you a huge hug. How are you here? What's going on?
I wish I knew. I'm just here to help. Want some wafers?
She like looks at you in confusion, and yet Pharaoh, the one thing that you remember, and those of you who question those who just show up, all of them collectively, you know, they say that where they were, this bright orb of light appeared before them, told them who needed their help, and asked if they wanted to come, and if they said yes, they were brought here. And so these are the people who you impacted, and so she says that. And Pharaoh, while you were chilling in Eldath Paradise, that happened, and you know your time here with your party is temporary, but you're here for a minute to help them.
Oh my gosh, is this the Lake Peak 7 I see? Come on, give me a big hug!
I run straight into his arms.
Yay, hugs.
Look
Yeah, I'll
over.
hug him after being
Oh,
just
yeah.
like stunned into stillness for a second.
A single
I'll
tear.
fly over there and lift him up.
No, Alburn's being
Ooh,
sensitive.
nice. That's cool.
Raina, your mother, Ray, she comes up to you and she says, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And she just immediately starts to like kind of word vomit like everything that's happened to her. Your father and I, we went to find the other green leaves because I had been feeling guilty, and then we were attacked, and your father didn't make it, and my memory, I couldn't remember anything. And so I've been in Steep Cliff this whole time, and they've just been taking care of me, and then all of a sudden, a couple days ago, my memory just came back to me. I don't know what happened. And then so as soon as my memory came back to me, I started making my way back to Duskhall, and on my way, this is what happened. I'm so sorry that I've not been here. And Ben walks up and doesn't say anything. He just immediately hugs your mom, and she just squeezes him tightly, and then pushes him back gently, and then she looks at you, just with such a simultaneous mixture of 100% excited to see you and yet 100% guilty. It's like somehow it's 100% both of those emotions.
That's 200%.
I know. She's feeling a lot right now.
Same. I'm gonna looking at her and letting her talk as much as I can, and then having her and Ben be embracing each other in front of me. I am just gonna pull away from the Pharaoh cluster and just join them and hug them, and then
Yes.
look at Mom, and say, so we have a sister too? And I pull Kelpie in.
Yeah, you just Kelpie, you're sitting there talking to your dad. He's like, Biscuit's been fine. He's really okay. Honestly, he's actually I taught him how to help me in the kitchen, and it's really cute.
Oh, I'm sure he loves that. Oh my
Gotta
god.
see it. It's so funny.
You gotta make sure he's not stealing stuff though, because he'll just he's
And
probably fat now, right?
you look at Biscuit, and he is almost twice his the size.
I
that
just
you
give him
left
one
him.
of these,
He just one cheek currently filled with something, just kind of shrugs at you, and then as you're talking to him, your elbow is pulled over, and you see Raina standing there, and she kind of looks at you, and she kneels down, and you can immediately see it in the eyes, the relationship between this woman and Kelpie, and she turns down and she kneels down and she looks at you, and she says, Kelfina, I will never be able to apologize enough for not being there for you. But I hope that you'll let me be here for you in this moment. And I hope that if I make it through this moment, maybe you'll let me be there for a few more.
She just immediately starts crying and hugs her, and then through sobs as she's hugging her, be like, "You're already so much better than who I thought my old mom was. So don't even worry about it."
She squeezes you tight, and it's a beautiful moment. And as this is happening, Rev, your father approaches you, and he's kind of looking at himself, and he's like, "This is super weird. Also, what happened to you?"
Yeah, I mean,
You look like my brother.
I can't really. I mean, I don't know that we have time to explain it right now.
You're
I put
right.
my hand in a chest. And
You're right, and
here we are.
this is very. All I know is that this is temporary, and I'm just here to. And as he's talking to you, you hear kind of a, and you turn and you look over and you see a, very much not pale, like rosy colored cheeks, Demetrius, Frey standing right there. He's like, hey, listen. If it's all right with you, me and Elliot, we're not gonna stay for long, but we just want to help one last time as a thank you for doing everything that you did. And I know we don't deserve the chance to even help you, but we can help you and all of your friends if you're willing to let us.
I mean, I think we can use all the.
Wow,
help
that's
we
a
can get.
sexy voice.
Even
Holy
if-
shit. That's a sexy voice, my man. Wow. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so mad that I wasn't with you for longer now, so I couldn't have experienced that naturally. Oh, goodness. Well done. Well done. Anyway, great. I'm glad that you're willing to do that. I've, like, killed people that you guys love, so I'm not gonna stick around, but, hope you enjoy this. And he kind of, like, rubs his hands and, like sticks his arms out, and he and Elliot start to, like, glow, and Elliot just kind of looks at all of you, and he says, bye, everybody. Hope you have a good time. Fuck you, Elburn. And as they both, like, glow brightly, their energy kind of, like, dissipates and expands, and they both fade away into existence. And all of you feel this energy embrace inside of you, and you have taken a long rest.
Thank God.
And
I
if
was
Rev
about
would
to
have
say-
said no,
Water
you
in
wouldn't
it.
have.
I'm glad that the longest rest didn't happen, so we could have an actual long rest.
Atticus was about to just stab him when he did that. Just he disappears and you just see Atticus with
ready?
a sword just behind him.
Thanks, now. Speaking of Atticus, you and Elburn are kind of sitting there as your two boys come up to you. Hey guys, how you doing? What's up?
Tim!
Hey,
Tom!
hey, who?
Tim!
Tom,
My name's
Tim.
Tim, man, with 2 eyes.
there is no way that your name is Tim.
Atticus,
I've told hundreds of people about Tom and Waymer. You gotta
And I've
change it.
always-
Dude,
Tom.
that makes so much sense. I've literally, my entire life of being named Tim, not once had I ever been called Tom. But then, all of a sudden, I run into the two of you, and I'm Tom now, man.
Your actions have consequences, Atticus.
Yeah, dude. Also,
It
thank
looks
you.
better on a label.
But also, his actions have great consequences, man. We're fucking rich. Dude, people love Buttwater. They love
I know.
it.
It's spreading the good word about water.
Oh my god. I seriously, okay. For real? 20%, 10 to each of you.
Fine,
I
done.
fair deal.
I would have done it for free.
Oh yeah. It's just you guys. Oh man. Fuck, we shouldn't have said that, man. Anyway.
I'm fine. It's fine.
and
We're just
as-
glad to see you. What's strapped to you right now?
oh yeah, just a bunch of bottles of butt water. We thought we could light them on fire and throw them at the dragon.
Okay,
Hold on
so-
a minute. That seems like a terrible plan.
Why?
You're gonna waste all that butt water.
Atticus,
We got a meal, dude. We're gonna make more.
there's literally a dragon on the way. I think we can sacrifice some butt water.
As the 4 of you are arguing over this, Abra, Fiona approaches you, and she says, "Oh, what happened to your what happened?"
Oh, yeah, it's kind of a long story, but we all lost some things, and I just kind of lost
Oh, well, I
hair
can
and
fix that for you.
some memories. Really?
Your hair? Yes. Not the memories, probably not. No, I don't think so. But
Oh.
the hair, yes, I can fix that.
I mean, I'll take what I can get, you know? It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Am I here to kill the dragon?
If you want to, sure.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so what exactly do you need me to do? And in this moment, you guys have had some time to kind of like greet everyone and see everyone, but the dragon is getting closer and closer. He's about a half. Go ahead.
Would
Agnes.
like to divvy up potions? I know we have a bunch. I know Aver has a bunch of
Oh
potions.
yeah, I have a bunch.
For sure, and we will definitely get to that in just a second. So, you guys, he's making his way. This is how the combat is going to work. Okay, this is going to be a very epic battle. So I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible. All right. So all of you will obviously get your own initiative turns. Okay. This colossal dragon is not going to have legendary actions. However, it is going to have 2 turns in the initiative order because it is very large, and it is because it is constantly flying around all of you. Now, another part of this dragon, once again, is very large and much bigger than all of you and flying around all of you. Therefore, any attack you want to make against it, melee, ranged, spell attack, saving throw, it can happen. Any of them. Whatever you want to do to this dragon during your turn, you don't got to worry about movement. It's going to be able to happen. At some point during your turn, the dragon will be near you. Now, as far as the NPCs are concerned, this is how they're going to work. They are all going to go on 1 turn. Using their collective abilities narratively, they will all be attacking separately, but mechanically, they will have 1 turn. And this is how it works. When the dragon attacks, I will roll a d20, and that person will be the target of the dragon's attack. If it lands on an NPC, they are the target of the dragon's attack. However, if you choose, you can tell a character or certain characters to lay low and only attack when necessary, or you can tell them to not fight at all. Now, this is what that means. When it is all of their turn at the same time, they're going to have collectively 3 attacks. Each of the 2 first attacks do 10d6 damage. The second one, if it hits, does 12d6 damage. However, if you have an NPC take care of themselves, protect themselves, and only attack when necessary, 2 things happen. 1, a d6 is removed from the attack totals per person. And 2, the good part of that, if the d20 on the dragon's attack lands on them, it has to be re-rolled, and it only counts if it lands on the same NPC twice in a row. If you don't have them fight at all, they are removed from the dragon's table, but there are 2 d6 taken away from their attack abilities. So, they all look to you in this moment to, prepare them and tell them what to do during this battle. So, even though it would be in the moment much quicker, you as a party right now discuss who you want to stay and who you want to leave this battle.
Pharaoh leaves.
Dang it!
This is not my fight, guys.
It's like, all right, guys, have fun.
Nah, I'm going back
I've
to
done,
my
I just
I've
throw away
done for you
first.
guys once. I'm not doing that.
We just need to
I'm
figure out the loadout so we don't get the suicide run ending at the end of Mass Effect. Figure out the right loadout.
Who's got to put up the shield?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I would
just so you
look
guys...
at Georgia and just say, Georgia, this isn't your fight. You
Or
gotta
just
get out of here.
Bitch!
Come on, at least just I'll hide and then I'll just shoot a crossbow.
Georgia, there'll be time for you to do this. I will take you on many adventures. I can't bear losing you.
Let her fight, Atticus.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. Because
Me?
you were very sweet about it. Not you. No.
Oh.
You're just sitting on the side. Yeah.
Well, they got its advantage because it was a natural 1 and the natural 20. So
Oh,
for a
okay,
total
yeah.
of 29.
She looks at you and she says,
Bye.
if you die because I'm not here, I'm gonna figure out how to bring you back to life and then I'm gonna kill you again.
He did it to me just a little bit ago. So like he knows how to do it.
I just go to Georgia and Georgia's ear and go, "Hey, talk to Pharaoh about that. About bringing him back."
See you soon.
All right, and she goes down into the mayor's manor. She's taken off the board now.
We should get either Weimar or Tim to leave. Keep one of them alive for sure.
I will
Keep the
say
water
they
flowing.
are considered a duo, so one of them could leave without affecting anything, and one of them could still stay.
I could, I wouldn't care if Weimar died, but Tim.
You've never met them, last
We let them choose.
One
I mean,
could
I
be
can't.
off-
I've already taken mine off the board.
No,
so
actually, Georgia and no, Georgia was her own person. Yeah.
autonomy.
I would definitely go up to my dad and be like, "Dad, you're a cook. Have you? I know you were like a pirate and stuff.
I was
But-
a pirate long before I was a cook, daughter. Listen, and and before you say anything else, Miss Hyena turning Diana turning.
Diana Sword.
Listen, I have babysat your chipmunk for the past like 4 weeks. Okay, I was a pirate. I know what I'm doing. At least let me like hunker down and just attack when I have an open shot.
With what? I don't even know what weapons you use.
Well, with my crossbow, of course.
Okay, I didn't know you had a crossbow. That's all. Okay, and then I'll take Biscuit and go and follow Georgia and ask Georgia to watch Biscuit for us.
Biscuit, or Georgia accepts. Georgia accepts.
And I'll come back and I'll just give my dad a really big hug and squeeze him really tight. Okay.
So that takes it from 10d6 to it's. I told you wrong. It's per 2 people a d6 goes down, and then if they leave,
Oh, thank God.
that's 1. So it went 1 down for Georgia, and it hasn't gone down for Tommy yet. But if somebody else does a protect, it'll go down. So it's gone 1 down for Georgia.
I'm just gonna look at my mom and Ben and just go, "Don't die."
Your mom looks at you and she's like, "I got surprised on that attack, but I know how to take care of myself." And Ben's like, "I'm scared. But I think I'll be all right. I think I'll be all right."
Is
I like the
there
confidence, Ben.
Is there any way that we can try and get these constructs up and running to make up for that?
I mean,
I don't know if we have the time.
yeah, this conversation is happening slower right now, but narratively, this is happening within like 3 minutes.
Okay, I immediately look at Xavier and I say, "Wish for slower time," and then I
I think I should save that for something else, just in case.
Do we want to have like Tom or Weimer like waiting and then throwing Molotovs when they can, or one of them have maybe not totally hide?
I
Albert?
agree.
That's a
No,
good
I
idea.
agree. We need and the other one can supply and keep like the flow going so that they're
He's making Molotovs down there, throwing them to
Tim and
Yeah,
Tim and Weimar, like I said, are a pair, so you
Yep.
can have both of them protect themselves, and it'll only go down 1 more additional because of Tommy's. So you're down 2 total to a total of 8d6 for the first 2 attacks and 10d6 for the second attack.
Not go too much farther.
I think that's good.
To my dad, I just want to say, as a narrative moment,
Mm-hmm.
look, Dad, you were a priest. I know that you don't have much in this fight, but I know that you also hurt people, and I think that if you're here, it's because you're supposed to be here. And I don't follow much of our old teachings anymore, but this feels like a chance at redemption for that, and I'm happy to have you by my side.
He looks at you, and he takes the back of the nape of your neck and puts his head against yours, and then leans away, and he says, "In this moment, I have never been more proud of you. And then he turns and he like starts to crouch and he goes by the edge of the building and he looks back at you and he's like, I strike better from the shadows. And then he kind of like ducks down and just like dives below the edge of the roof.
Alright, fuckers, I've already died once today. Let's see what happens. Come on.
How long before this dragon gets here? Like a minute?
Yeah, like
Less-
it's getting here. Yeah.
Okay. Pharaoh's he's gonna do his inspiring leader, but it takes 10 minutes. So just like super bridge version.
Yeah, no. For you know what? It's the last session. He's a angel coming from the heavens. In this 1 minute, give us Pharaoh's inspiring leader speech.
First of all, if you haven't got one, just grab a few wafers.
I definitely take like 3.
I'm dipping it in the dragon glue that I have.
I take exactly 2 wafers, and I definitely have them like this in my hand.
Wow, life. You guys, it's crazy how much I love you guys, and I'm sorry that I didn't express that fully. I mean, I did express it a lot, but I didn't express it fully until after I died. And you guys are such inspirations, not to me, but look at all these people here. You've impacted so many people's lives. This is insane. I love you all. I will be there for you always, no matter what. Everyone put your hands in. Kumbaya on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Kumbaya!
Kumbaya!
And with that, everyone, roll initiative.
Did we pass out the potions? Can we do that real quick?
After you, yeah, just do both.
Okay.
Roll initiative and then start talking about your things.
So
What's
what I
its-
have.
Inspiring leader, give us.
Oh, yes,
Nothing.
it does. I
12,
forgot it does
12
something.
temp HP. I think it's your level, right? Or maybe it's even your level plus your modifier.
Yeah, level plus charisma, and so 16 temp HP.
Nice.
Nice. 16 temp HP for y'all.
Yes.
16?
Actually, I don't know why I told you to do both at the same time. That was a poor judgment move. Let's just do initiative real quick, and then right before we start, we'll do potions. Reb, what'd you get?
14.
14. Kelfie.
Nat 20!
Nice.
Total of
So, 22.
2. Ray.
14, and also Tiny's gonna have 14 too.
Okay. What's your dex?
My dex, 19. So
And,
plus
and what's
4.
yours, Rev?
My dex is 20.
Okay, cool. So Rev will go first. Atticus.
22. My dex is a -1.
Okay. Elber.
Nat 2028!
Nice.
Yeah.
I will roll so shit for the rest of it.
Let's hope not. Abra.
16.
16. Laszlo.
14 for Laszlo.
And what's your dex?
18.
Okay,
I
so
think-
you're below both of them.
Yep.
And then what is Pharaoh?
12 for Pharaoh.
12 for Pharaoh. And are you good with both? You want me to do
Yep.
either?
I got it.
All right, cool. Did I miss anyone? Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna do the NPCs. Okay, that is. All right, now the dragon gets his 2 turns. Okay.
A 20 and a 19.
You wish. All right, y'all. Here we are, top of the turn order. Nope. Potions, go.
Okay, what I have, the
Heck does
resistance
not.
potions I have are I have 2 acid, 2 cold, 2 fire, 2 lightning, and 2 poison.
Damn.
I will tell you all with confidence from your experience, you're very knowledgeable. The only 2 that will do you any good are the fire ones.
Figured.
I would like to take one.
Sure. Take one.
Who else wants one?
I
Does
can't
anybody-
die, so
Yeah.
Good to know.
I can. So I guess, and I lean in very
I
close
mean,
and I go,
maybe Atticus, since he has the chance to bring
Yeah.
us back.
Yeah.
I think that's here, Atticus.
Not a bad
That's our life insurance policy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Potion.
Oh, by the way, I know that we joked about this earlier, but mechanically, Pharaoh, by the way, you do not have any diamonds.
Yeah, I assumed.
Yeah. You can take Atticus's, but you don't have any.
Well, I'll definitely
You just
give
throw
you. I'll give you. I have enough diamonds to cast all of them. Yeah, I'll give you 1 diamond, and I'll take 2. So you have
if he
1
squeezes
diamond.
really hard, the diamond comes out.
And I have 1 superior healing potion. Do we
I've
think we
got
should
one.
maybe give that to somebody who is a little more on the sidelines?
Yeah, if we have one with the crew, the NPC crew, that would probably be
To
great.
help
Yeah.
out whoever. That's smart. Yeah.
To help
Yeah.
out whoever,
Okay,
but
so-
also throw to us if.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll give Fiona 1 potion of greater healing
Okay.
for whoever she's near that may need it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna cast the spell Protection from Energy to gain resistance to fire damage on Atticus.
I already have resistance to fire
Yeah.
damage, but I appreciate you thinking. I wasn't gonna tell you.
I'm gonna
Perfect.
be flying around, and I have resistance.
I
Fine.
just wanted to know.
I just wanted to know that it was Atticus.
Yeah. Do we
fine.
have any prep before he gets here to do things like that too?
To do things like what?
To like cast a protection spell or like.
Yeah, you guys
Stuff
have
like
like
that.
you guys have like a minute. Yeah, you have like a minute.
Minute.
And another thing that you need to figure out is because like I know that Atticus and like other people have their like aura stuff, their like 30 feet stuff. You don't need to worry about movement when we're actually fighting, but I do need to know if you're generally staying near people.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, Laszlo is gonna be trying to be the first person the dragon encounters, like going off in front.
Okay.
And then Pharaoh is going to cast Protection from Energy on who needs it.
Laszlo.
I look
Laszlo
over
needs
it.
it.
I look at Pharaoh and I go, listen, normally I would have a problem with that.
Oh,
Growth.
such growth.
Oh,
I
now
died.
you like it?
I died. Well, I turn and very Harrison Ford point at Ray and go, it's the end times.
The end times.
I would. You can.
Elburn, it would be my absolute honor to cast this spell on you.
All right, Elburn, you got resistance to fire damage now. Actually, you can still do the planning, but as far as like standing near people, to make it shorter, just tell me if anybody is specifically staying near anybody else, and if not, I'm gonna assume that you're distancing.
I'm gonna stay near Ben.
Okay.
I'm intentionally distancing because we've learned our lesson with dragons to not
Yes.
cluster.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
ask Laszlo how do you feel about getting sprayed with fire today?
Oh wait,
Feeling
I
good?
gotta get it
Switch
to
modes. Switch modes. You're a DM. You got this.
If I got hit by fire, I know I'm a dragon technically, but it would hurt me a lot.
Right. But if you wanna fly up there with me, we could try to take its breath weapon on us. I can give you some bonus. I got a glow about me. I don't know how you feel about that.
I have.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
I'll just take off flying.
Oh wait, I can go with you. All right.
I don't think
Hold you, fly, and hit with the shield. That's so much.
Yeah, no, you're too large for that. That's it.
Um,
Laszlo technically has his boots, so he doesn't really. Atticus doesn't need to
Oh,
do
yeah.
anything with him.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Yeah. Ray, go ahead.
So I don't have to use it in my turn order action. I'm just gonna go ahead and summon Tiny.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Um,
totally.
But I'm gonna look at my mom and be like, "Hey, you want to see this cool trick I learned?"
What?
And then and then go. Fuck. Whatever the fuck.
And he appears, and you see her kind of like look at you, and a big grin jumps on her face.
I swear to God,
And-
she has one.
And draconic, she screams, under me, friend, and she runs and jumps off the roof, and Tiny lands and picks her up, and she like swerves around on Tiny and then comes down and lands, and she comes up and she gives you a big hug, and she was like, I have a lot to tell you about my past.
Yes! I hope you don't die even more!
Yeah, so is anybody so Laszlo and Atticus, Avra and Ben, anybody else staying near anybody else?
I have also learned from clustering and am not near anybody.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be airborne.
I
so-
think some of the NPCs might be close to each other, but
I want to.
not
I do want to be
no more than like 2 or 3.
I do want to be in sight of Rev, but not near Rev.
Okay, that's fine.
I was gonna say I want to be able to.
Go ahead.
I want to be able to see Kelpie.
You guys are all like I'm imagining like you're all like on different rooftops, so like you guys can all pretty much see each other.
I'm trying to like stay in front of its mouth to get its breath weapon on me if it doesn't.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever happens.
I want to stay within 60 feet of my dad.
Okay. Yep.
And then
Easily enough.
I would also, because it only lasts a minute, closer to when the actual dragon's here, so like I would lose like the first 6 seconds, like around basically. I'd like to use my, I think this is the first time I'm freaking using it, and I got it very early. My necklace of mirror image.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so 3 of me appear around me.
Yeah, for mechanics, we'll just say that like you've activated it right when you're like before your turn. You don't have to use anything for your turn.
Okay.
You'll just you'll start off with mirror image activated.
Great.
Yeah. Well, you're just like waiting right until the perfect time to say the trigger phrase.
I want to also toss Avra the smoke bomb that I got from Georgia,
Okay. Yep.
just in case you need it.
Yeah.
You know, the little
So basically,
fog
it
cloud.
just like wherever you throw it down on the ground, fog cloud appears in that place.
Oh.
Go ahead, Ray.
Remember that we have that sphere of
Yes.
vulnerability.
Two of them.
2. Yeah.
If Ben and Avra are going to stick together, I do want to protect them, and I want to give them the Varcona signet ring that can cast shield, so that they can have that as well.
You have to tune to it.
Oh,
Oh, that's
And I
right,
have
yeah.
Elburn's robe, so
Okay.
I'm good on
Never mind.
shield.
yeah. Then I'll keep it for for me up at the top.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Pharaoh's
You're
going
welcome.
to cast Emboldening Bond on Pharaoh, Avra, and Kelpie,
Okay.
which just means if you're within 30 feet of another person, one of those 3 people, you can add a D4 to an attack roll, ability check, saving throw once per turn.
Gotcha. So Kelpie, Abra, and Pharaoh are within 30 feet of each other. All right. Cool.
That
And
last-
I'll say that you could be right at the distance. You don't have to be right next to each other.
Say again what we
I-
can add that to. Sorry.
D-
Like anything,
D4 to
basically.
Attack roll, ability check, saving throw once per turn.
Wow. Okay.
Go ahead, Atticus.
If we're casting stuff, I'll cast less. And
yeah,
then
yeah,
on
you're allowed
me,
to. Oh, totally.
On me, Laszlo, and Elbert.
For sure. I'm going
You
to
get
ask
D4.
that those of you who are casting concentration spells really hold yourselves accountable.
Yep.
It's going to be hard for me to remember that.
Real quick question.
Yes.
I heard
What
earlier.
would you like
did
to
we have-
cast?
I cast the spell that fucked up my entire life. Did Pharaoh, did you give us 16 temporary hit points?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure I had the right number so I wasn't like cheating.
No, good for double checking.
And Laszlo's going to make his cannon and carry it with him while he flies up.
Totally. It's kind of like I imagine like the cannon is well, I guess it's inflatable, but I like the image of it being like kind of heavier than you, so you're like puttering like up with its cannon, you know?
Yeah, I'm cursing under my breath because Atticus's wings are double my speed, and I want wings so bad.
These should have been yours. And I'll fly away.
Yeah, and for those of you, we said this off stream. Don't think we forgot about Rev's great familiar. We definitely didn't. They've been here this whole time and have been experiencing everything with Rev. The lion now has wings in this epic moment as you kind of look over to your great familiar after saying goodbye to your father, because the lion kind of like paws your hand and you look over and you kind of like see it shake its head as it always does, But as it does,
As it always does. Every day I see that line.
As the shake goes down the spine, these ethereal feathered wings appear on its back, and it is very much an homage, a visage towards the Sphinx, which is a representation of the Great One's help with you. So, anything else that anybody is casting or doing?
I just
Avra, go ahead, Avra. It's okay.
like the moment before we start combat,
Yes.
I turn to Ben
Oh yes!
and say, I know there's a lot I don't remember, but there's some things I am really sure about. We have to make it through this. And I'm gonna kiss him on the lips.
Yeah, top of the turn order, Elburn. What do you do, buddy?
Get my pants.
Love.
I just to test like the AC, I take my longbow and just take a shot at it.
Yeah, shoot.
Add that D4.
Oh,
Add a
thank you.
D4, yeah.
22.
22 hits.
Okay,
22
good.
hits.
Perfect.
I'm gonna write that down.
We have a bar now.
Yep. Well, because I was gonna use know your.
You know what? I'll just go ahead and say it. 22 just hits.
Gross. So that's 28 plus 4. That's 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take another shot with my extra attack.
Yeah, do it.
That definitely doesn't hit because that's a 4 plus 8, 12 plus 1, so that definitely doesn't hit.
No.
And then I'm gonna take one more. This probably doesn't hit. That's 9 plus 8, 17. Ooh, maybe it does. 17
Plus your D4.
plus 3, 20.
No. Just misses.
Yeah,
Well,
doesn't.
not just misses, but yep.
Yeah.
So so you do not. So you fire your arrow. The first one meets its mark, kind of on somewhere on the hide, as the creature just starts to peer over the walls of Lake Peak as it flies, roaring over the city. The first one hits the hide of the creature, barely even takes notice. The second two just disappear into the smoke that the creature has ever evolving around it. Bonus action?
Yeah.
Kelpie, you're on deck. Atticus, you're in the hole.
Might. I get my whip out.
Okay.
And are we in the brain? And are we in the brain trust?
Good question.
You're not.
What's the brain trust looking like today, Rev?
I guess we could reset it with our long rest.
Yeah, when Demetrius. Yeah.
It's gotta be Pharaoh.
Yes.
And
And then he goes back up. I love it.
and Laszlo.
Damn it.
Jamo, Ray, and Avra.
All right.
Sorry, Atticus.
Elburn,
Might be the
Atticus, you're
first
out.
time I'm not in the branch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I like shake my head like something doesn't feel right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I within the range of Rev?
You said I'll
The
say that
30
you
feet?
I'll say that
Yeah.
you specifically said that you wanted to be within sight. We'll say you're right on the edge of 30 feet within Rev. Yeah.
In my head, I go, how good of it is an idea to wrap this around its ankle and try to get up there?
I'd say go for it.
Fuck it! And I like start to.
Yeah, for sure.
The whip back
Yeah,
to
we'll
get-
go ahead and say bonus action whip attack. Why not? Go ahead, make a whip
Yeah,
attack.
Why not?
I'm trying to get up on this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Terrible
okay.
idea.
Trying to what?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Nope, it's 19.
19. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. It whips the dragon, but I mean, truly, talk about not noticing something. Didn't even.
I just go, I'll try again in a second.
Wonderful. All right, that's the end of Elburn's turn. Kelpie, you're up. Atticus, you're on deck.
Cool. I know what I'm gonna do, but quick question.
Yeah.
With this like magical long rest,
Yes.
because I had fire spells that I would like to switch out if I can, because I know they wouldn't be effective.
Yeah,
So
the
would
long
I-
rest
Okay.
includes switching out stuff if you wanted to.
I'll do
yeah.
that between the next one. But I know right now I'm going to 4th level blight this
Ooh.
dragon.
What is the Constitution saving throw?
Constitution save.
All right, he's pretty good at these.
I figured. 2, 3.
22.
Yeah, he saves.
Yeah.
But he still takes half damage.
Okay, yeah.
Is this? I'm missing one. Where's my? There it is. All right, let's roll high. Let's roll high. Let's roll high. So this is 8d8
Ooh.
Nice.
halved.
Yeah, roll high.
Okay. Gonna get my pen so I can math because I'm too nervous to math in my head.
I have to math out loud so that I can do the same. I was like, I need to do math to make sure I'm doing this
Math
right.
out loud. Math out loud.
Okay, not too
That
bad.
is
Not
on
too
my
bad.
playlist for Atticus. So I was listening to that earlier
Nice.
today.
What was the damage? I'm sorry.
So hold on, I'm still mathing.
Okay, cool.
Why is math so hard when you're so nervous about
Because
dying?
everyone's looking at you and waiting.
I know. Okay, well, it would have been 42 points of damage, but
Okay,
it's
so
half to
half
21.
All right, so that is okay.
And
Wonderful.
doodaloo.
So
I
the
don't-
dragon starts flying above you, and you reach out with your hand, and that familiar beam of green energy shoots towards the dragon, and all of you hear the first real recognition of pain from this dragon as it roars, as you can even see in the smoke, part of its scales start to just kind of like deteriorate away from the blight spell.
And then I don't want to wild shape just yet. And I don't think I have a bonus action cantrip. So I think that's it. I'll just stick with that.
All right. Atticus, you're up. Avery, you're
Is
up.
it possible, because me and the Laszlo are together, to get into a flanking position? Or can this thing not be flanked 'cause it's huge?
It's so large that I don't think
Sure.
flanking it's a thing that can happen. Yeah.
All right. Then I will attack. Definitely doing some cool flying stuff as it looks
Barrel
so
roll.
cool.
Yeah.
It's just unnecessary. And I rolled a natural 1 and a 1 on the D4. So that is not gonna hit.
Yep, that first one.
As I'm just too busy.
Yeah.
I'm doing a corkscrew and I just
Yeah.
miss and just go right by.
You do this like huge spin turn, and then like when you get to where you were gonna attack, he's like past you. He's already 10 feet the other way.
22.
22 just hits.
Thank God for this bless. And then that's 2d8 and a d6 because it won't do Divine Smite just yet. So that's 8, 13. Does lightning damage do any difference or no?
No.
So it's 13, 15 plus 6 is 21 points of damage.
21 points of damage. Nice. That is. Okay. Except it would be All right.
And radiant damage is in there too, if that makes a difference.
It does not. No.
And that is my turn. Then I'll just get within 10 feet of Laszlo, make sure I have a.
Yeah. Does your extra attack have a third attack on it now?
No.
Oh, okay. I guess that's just a fighter thing.
I think only fighters get.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
So yeah, you corkscrew through the air, miss on the first one, but then speed up and catch and slice through its thigh on the second one, causing it to roar in pain. That's the end of Atticus's turn. It is now the dragon's turn, as he flies through the air, looking for his next target. Many people, little tiny, insignificant beings on this roof. Which one will be the one he attacks? You guys are gonna love this. It's old Xavier. That is the one where that it lands on.
Sure.
Oh, darn.
But the thing is,
Except for that's the person who can cast Wish and save.
but also
Kelpie.
each attack, like because the dragon gets multi-attack, each attack is different. So it's not all 3 on him. It's 1 on him. and then it's gonna.
Is
go
he making
on.
a melee attack? What he's doing with his claw?
He is about to. He's about to try to bite old Xavier.
I'll use my reaction to make an attack on him. So I'll let you know.
I like
okay.
As Sentinel.
What'd you say? Ray?
Who? Oh, I was just being a goof.
Oh, you
Because
goof.
I'm nervous.
It's
Oh,
okay.
you do.
I missed.
You missed. Okay. The dragon flies by old Xavier, and bites at him, and kind of like two of his teeth rip through the side of his robe. Xavier takes 15 points of piercing damage. All right. So Xavier. Okay. The first claw attack is going to attack Thalia and Dane. As he
Fighters.
Time to join Brother Pharaoh in that paradise.
he hits the attack, so now I'm just gonna roll to see which one he hits out of the two of them. It's gonna be Dane.
Arrow back to life just in time to see his.
Fucking die.
Well, they'll just force Ghost stand up next to Pharaoh
Yep.
as soon as it happens.
Arrow's sitting on a log, kind of blurry. in the background.
Dane takes 14 points of damage as the dragon swipes a claw through Dane, and Dane takes the full 14 and is still alive, but it does not look so great. Last claw attack from the dragon is at Ray. His claws coming at you, Ray.
Oh, thank you.
A 5 plus 17 is a 22 to hit.
I would like to cast reaction. Shield.
Okay.
Nice.
So what is your
oh.
AC? Well, yeah, you would know what it would be, so you don't.
Yeah,
you don't have to
never
waste
mind.
it. You don't have to waste it.
What's
your
was
AC?
It's
It would-
22. That was the
Oh,
attack.
it would still hit.
Yeah. So
So-
don't use it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna react. I'll go.
Um.
Too
And
too
he only
late.
does 13 points of slashing damage to you.
Well, that's only some of my temporaries.
So he slices through you, and almost he actually doesn't even break like your armor or your skin. You see his claw kind of like impact onto like an invisible divine shield or aura that surrounds you, and he doesn't quite get through, but you do feel the pressure of the attack. That is going to be the end of the dragon's turn. It is now Ava's turn.
All right, so coming right out of that smooch.
Like
I'm-
Ron and Hermione. style.
Like I want to like as seamlessly as possible pull out my new staff of power
Okay, yeah.
and cast lightning bolt at the dragon. So he needs to make a dex save.
Okay, yeah. Okay. 12.
That fails. So he's gonna take 8d6
Nice.
damage. Let's see. That is going to be 31 points of lightning damage.
All right.
And then I'm gonna turn to Ben and wink.
No,
No, I don't. She's not that bold.
Okay, all
Or
right.
is she?
I winked at that one dude.
That's true. Maybe
The
I do
natural
after
20
a,
wink.
yeah, after a attack like that. I'm gonna wink.
Yeah, he looks at you and just like like red from the kiss, and then gets even redder from the just being impressed in that moment. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Well, it's actually the NPC's turn. So Ben looks at you, and he takes out this dagger that like the hilt is there and it's metal, but the blade is like this arcane green energy, and he throws it. And you see Old and Xavier and Tommy and Captain Ace, and you see everybody that's still in this battle throw their attacks at this dragon. Let's see what they can do. First attack hits. Second attack misses. Third attack misses. But they do 8d6 on the first attack that they did hit, and do a total of 26 points of damage to him.
Nice.
That's our friends.
Just a couple of friends.
Soon to be dragon target.
Yeah, as you see just all of them throwing everything they have at this dragon, and the dragon kind of like he gets hit with a ball of butt water flame that is somehow still burning him because of the fuel of the butt water, and you just see these NPCs giving it everything they got. That's the end of their turn. Rev, you are up. Ray and Tiny are on deck.
Rev takes one quick look to see if this dragon lands at all anywhere at any point in time, or if he's just staying skybound the whole time.
He's pretty large, and so he doesn't really have a place to land.
Sure.
If he did, he would crush the building.
Yeah.
As of right now, he's able to just kind of like glide, bank, come back,
Cool.
glide, bank. Yeah, he's not really landing right now.
All right, with that then, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast. I give a 3 count of that.
All right.
I preemptively rolled 2 of
Okay.
them hit.
Wonderful, thank you.
For a total of 20 points of damage.
All right.
And then I'm also gonna send my lion out to swing on him.
Okay, yeah. And if you wanted to, by the way, I would say this is something, because I know that familiars like they can do like the help action and stuff like that.
Mhm.
If you wanted to, with the people who are up there flying with the dragon, aka
Sure.
Laszlo and Atticus, if you wanted to, the lion's sole responsibility could be giving them advantage on their attacks.
That sounds great.
You want to do
Yeah.
that? Okay, cool. So the
Yeah.
dragon's up there flying next to you guys, like kind of clawing at the dragon's eyes and stuff, and just distracting him just enough to give you two, the ones that are up there flying with him, advantage on the attacks.
It's a lion.
The kobold's natural enemy.
That does that.
I've never seen this line before in my life.
Oh no, yeah, sorry, Ray. I apologize. Yes, you as well. Yeah, you're up there
Well,
flying with
technically, I
him.
haven't taken off yet. but
Yeah,
yes, I
you're
will
up there
be.
flying with him
Yeah.
as well. So yes, those who are like flying and getting up to the dragon, yeah, rather than like.
And they've fought next to this lion a dozen or so times at this point.
At this
in time.
point,
So
guys, you
they're-
know
yeah.
the lion's
You
name
know.
is
Yeah.
Bob.
Baby Zavy.
Baby Zavy.
Baby Zavy.
Baby Zavy, obviously, as we named
You're
it.
gonna name the lion after the man that we've been trying to kill for months.
That's why he's Baby Zavy.
It's like
He has
baby
to give a new
Wario.
name, a new reputation.
So Rev is sitting there on his roof as the dragon starts flying by, and Rev takes his rapier and just kind of like thrusts it in the air, and as he does, beams of arcane divine energy shoot off the rapier and impact right into the dragon, just as he sends his best friend familiar from the ground to assist his friends up in the air. Rev, is that the end of your turn?
That will be the end of my turn.
All right, Ray and Tiny, you're up. Laszlo, you're on deck. Pharaoh is right behind Laszlo.
All right.
I guess that's
so
convenient.
we're gonna take off, and I'm gonna grab that oath bow, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, "You ready, buddy?
As soon as you
Are you
grab,
ready? You want to do it?"
as soon as you grab him, oh, it was so good killing our first sworn enemy. I want to kill
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah. Well, swift death to those who have wronged me. Is what I have to say to activate this bow.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do that as I hop on
Agreed.
Tiny. Agreed. And go ahead and take a double shot at this Drago.
Yeah, take a Starbucks double shot right at him.
Yeah. First is 14. Does not.
Does not hit.
Oh, but I get advantage, right?
You do, yes. The lion is
Yeah.
now giving the Flyers advantage.
16. So that didn't hit.
Didn't hit.
Second shot though is a 29.
29 hits for sure. Go ahead and roll again, just in case you get a nat 20.
Okay.
Might as well.
It was not a nat 20, so 29 for that second one. And then I am going to get 8 plus 16 points of damage for that.
All right, 16 points of damage. Nicely done.
And then bonus action, I'm gonna have Tiny as we fly by one of the sides of the dragon. Go ahead and do a bite
Yeah.
attack. Little
lightning charged bite.
little lightning charged bite. So that is going to be nah, it doesn't hit.
Yeah, this dragon, he's hardy boy.
Yeah.
So hard to penetrate, but that
Oh, wait,
arrow.
but do I get a advantage?
Yeah,
on
Tiny
that
gets
too?
advantage too. Yeah.
Okay. So that is a 23.
Hits.
Yeah,
Roll damage
for
for Tiny.
the advantage. 1d6. I haven't done tiny
Yeah.
fights.
Tiny
Tiny
fights.
fights?
He's been
Okay.
holding back because everybody's been crazy.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of. So it'll be 9 points of piercing damage and 4 points of lightning damage.
All right. Sorry. 4 points of lightning
13.
damage. What was the 13 total?
13 total, yeah.
That is. Great. So yeah, you jump onto Tiny's back, just having waved goodbye to your mom, and he flies off in the air. And you take one arrow shot, let it loose, and it misses the dragon. But you focus on the second one, pull it back, let it loose, and it hits the smoke dragon right in the side of the mouth. As the dragon turns and roars towards you, just as you bank and glide along the side of it, as Tiny just kind of like takes a chunk out of the side of the dragon as you fly by. That is the end of Ray and Tiny's turn. Laszlo, you're up. Pharaoh, you're on deck.
Okay. All right. Laszlo is muttering to himself as he's flying around. All right, Laszlo, get yourself together. Just a dragon. He's not gonna yell at you. It's okay. Then in Draconic say, "You're giving dragons a bad name, dude."
Wow.
And then I'm gonna shoot him with my cannon.
Okay, go ahead.
Laszlo is blessed.
Yes.
Laszlo is blessed, that's right.
Okay. It's 18 to hit.
18 misses, unfortunately.
Then with my action, I'm going to cast the spell Catapult, but
Nice.
pack a big bowling ball in the end of my cannon and shoot it again. It
Okay.
needs to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 16.
All right. It is a 23.
Okay, that succeeds. It takes a half of 25 bludgeoning damage.
12 points of damage. All right. Still doing a good chunk of damage there. That is. Okay, so. All right. Yeah, so miss with the cannon shot, but able to catapult another, basically just shoot cannon again, hitting him square, clocking him in the jaw, kind of as if you punched him. Yeah, is that the end of Laszlo's turn?
That's Laszlo's turn.
All right, Pharaoh, you're up.
All right. Pharaoh is going to cast the spell Guardian of Faith, and a large spectral guardian appears, and it's like a very large illusion, basically, and it takes the form of Pharaoh and the rest of the Lake Peak 7 in the middle of a big group hug. Including Laszlo's in there as well, and there's one spot open in the group hug, and Pharaoh looks at the smoke dragon and says, "Hug it out, buddy."
Okay, so what is this?
So on the start of the dragon's turn, must make a dexterity saving throw, taking 20 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful. Guardian vanishes when it deals 60 points of damage.
All right, and then is any of this concentration?
Nope.
Okay,
So I'm
wow.
still concentrating on
the protection of energy, right? Wonderful. Okay, so that is the end of Pharaoh's turn. And the dexterity saving throw is going to happen right now because it's the dragon's second turn. And that is a 17. What was the DC?
DC is 17.
Okay, so
it takes 10 radiant.
Hey, still. So as it like flies by, it like takes a chunk, tries to bite at the illusion, at the bait, and takes damage when it does so. It kind of growls in frustration, and in that frustration, the dragon is gonna turn around and release its fire breath. So, the way that this is gonna happen, those of you who are flying in front of the dragon or around the dragon, if you want, you can purposefully put yourself in front of this breath and be one of the 5 people that I will roll on the 20 table that get hit with this fire breath.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What about like 200 damage?
What about you, Ray?
Bring it.
You can say no.
I'll do it if I get a reaction.
Well, I mean, yeah, you, of course you.
Yeah.
If you
I'll do
want
it.
to, can I give her my bonus as she flies over to me? Like we like huddle up. Or no?
Plus the D4.
No. Well, it'd be +5 with the 10 feet.
Or sorry, not the plus. Yeah, I didn't even mean plus D4. I meant +4, and now it is +5. Yes, because you guys are volunteering, because you guys put yourself there, all 3 of you will have that +5 to your dexterity. Okay, so the 2 people who will just happen to catch the edges that aren't on the 3 are... okay, well, it was Tim/Weimar, so it has to roll again. Captain Ace.
Oh, fuck.
Captain Ace.
And Fiona.
Ooh.
Fiona Hindlestat, though, so it's fine.
Nope, not Fiona Hindlestat. Okay,
She's
so...
gotta fix my hair.
I need dexterity saving throws from the 3 of you and the 2 of them.
You get a +D4 as well with whoever's blessed.
You get a plus D4
So
with the bless
Laszlo-
and +5
just Laszlo,
by
so
being
just Laszlo.
here. Okay, just Laszlo.
So plus dexterity plus the 5.
+5, yeah.
22 for Laszlo.
That's pretty good. For 18, 20...
29.
3. No, 22. I have the -1.
Okay, so Laszlo got
I
a
guess
what?
22.
Okay, Ray got a what?
29.
And Atticus got a what?
22.
22. And Tiny is just going to be included in this. What did Tiny get? Actually, Tiny's going to take your 29. Tiny's going to take your 29.
Okay.
And now Fiona and...
I'll get a natural 1. Fiona and Captain Ace.
They both fail. Okay, everyone fails but Ray. And those who failed take 80 points of fire damage.
Wait, did you say 8?
8-0.
18.
That's
Okay.
Captain Ace is turned to ash. Captain Ace is completely dead. Fiona falls unconscious and is just smoldering and burning where she stands, where she lays.
So I would take 40.
So you take 40, yeah. Laszlo, you take the full 80. Ray, you take 40 because you succeeded, so you take half damage.
Also like to do my reaction, absorb elements to take half of that 40.
So 20 damage to you.
And then Tiny still takes the 40 though.
Damn.
I'm just gonna treat any damage you take that is like damage like that, Tiny's gonna take. So Tiny will take 20 points of damage.
Laszlo's also gonna absorb elements.
Okay, so Laszlo, you take 40 points of fire damage.
Is this creature within 5 feet of me / casting a spell, or is this something different?
Preacher?
Creature.
Creature, oh, the dragon. I mean, he's, like I said, he's always around you guys. Why, what's up?
But is it a spell?
Oh, no, this is not a spell. No.
Great.
No. All right. So that is the end of the dragon's turn. At the top of the turn order, Elburn. Kelpie, you're on deck.
I see Captain Ace just fucking bite it.
Yeah, Captain Ace.
Make a concentration.
Oh yes.
What do I have
Atticus,
to
make. You took
20?
40.
Yeah.
So you need to beat a 20. Yeah, on a Constitution
All right.
saving throw.
I got a plus 7. Oh, 22.
All right, Laszlo, did you have any concentrations?
No.
And then Ray, I don't think you were concentrating on any spells, were you?
Mm-mm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Captain H, their turn to Ash, so that doesn't matter. Fiona is.
We didn't talk to them
Smaller.
before anyway. It's fine.
yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Elmer.
I'm gonna take 2 more shots with my longbow, and then on the third, I'm also gonna try and whip myself up to the onto the claw of the dragon. Fine,
You can do the 3 arrows and then bonus action whip if you want.
Oh yeah, that'd be even better.
Yeah.
You're
So
still
that
blessed.
you fucking
Yeah, you are still blessed, so you get a D4.
16. No, I'm not gonna make it anyway. Okay, so that one misses. That one definitely misses.
Should have blessed
That
somebody
one
else.
also definitely misses.
Oh, fucking Jesus.
So,
I did 4, 6, and 8, and 8 was the closest. Would have gotten me to 20.
Damn.
So I'm gonna try and get up on the dragon.
okay, yeah.
Get up on the dragon.
With a natural 1. So that
Oh,
would be
roll a dexterity saving
Elburn.
throw, my friend.
You get a
a
plus 4.
dexterity
You get a
saving
D4.
throw.
Yeah, and you get a
That's
plus.
even better. Thank God I took fucking Shield Master, because that also, let me read it to make sure I'm doing this correctly for the first time in forever. If you're subjected to the effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw, take only half damage. Okay, so that's for damage. If you're subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, is that possible?
No, this isn't. This is not a damage thing.
Damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Natural fucking 20. 23.
All right, so you do not, when you whip, fall off the roof of the building that you're on and have to use your next turn to get back up. But you do virtually nothing on your turn.
In my head, can I say something in my head, like a sentence in my head?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I go, someone get me on the back of this fucking dragon.
All right, that's the end of
We need to
Elburn's
pull this
turn.
away- We need to pull this away from our friends.
That's the end of Elburn's turn. Kelpie, you are up. Atticus, you're on deck. Speaking of that, with Captain Ace's death, it did go down by a d6 each time.
Well,
I'm just gonna do the same thing and light him again.
Light him up!
Light him up.
Light him up! What was the saving throw?
Light 'em up, boop, boop. It's a Constitution.
He gets a 24.
Yep. Okay, roll well. Okay. I'm gonna math again. Okay.
Are you speaking
Yeah.
English?
Oh, shit.
Nope, that was English.
That means hello.
Oh, shit.
That last roll was almost 4 out of my 8 die were almost all max damage. I got 2 8s and 2 7s. So this is gonna hopefully be good. Okay.
I'm gonna throw up.
So
I'm
that
in
one
the
got up
bullshit.
to 57 points, halved to
57 halved to 25.
26.
26. Yep.
I think if you round up, it's 26.
Yeah. No, round down. So 25.
round down.
25 plus 25.
25 plus 25
times
is
2 is
50.
50.
Right,
It's
so
like
it'd be
So
25 plus
28.
28.
3? 22 or 23?
It'd be 28 because I got 57.
28. Or it'd be 29 if you round, or 28 if you round.
28.
Why are we so
I
bad?
can't
If
wait
you're
to
rounding
flip
down.
Are
this.
we all college graduates here?
We
It's
do
28.
drama,
The
so we
calculator.
don't know if we have lungs.
I'm not ashamed to say he's a calculator.
It's 28.
Okay, so yeah, you hit it with the spell, and even though he succeeds and kind of pushes off some of the effect, you hit that same spot, start deteriorating more at the hide, and yeah, that definitely causes a good chunk of damage to him.
And
Bonus
that is
action.
it for this turn again. I'm gonna hold wait on bonus action wild shape until I do all of this. So
Alrighty, Atticus, you're up. Avery, you're on deck after the dragon.
I will bonus action use 24 points of land hands to get to full health.
Okay.
And then I will attack. Can I have advantage?
You do have advantage now. Yeah.
Sweet. I think that hits. That's probably gonna hit. Yeah, plus it's 8 plus. No, I don't think that hits. 8, 19, 20.
20 does not hit.
Second one. A lot of ones.
Boo, ones.
This one's gonna hit. It's like a 29 or something like that.
Yeah. Yep, yep, yep.
And then I'm just gonna do first level ill Divine Smite just to make this guy mad. Is he undead?
He's not undead, no.
Damn it. So then that'll be another 2d8. 2d8, so 48, and d6.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say because the Colossal collided with the corpse of the red dragon, that there is enough undead in this creature for you to get the extra D8.
Then I get an extra d8. All right, here we go. Cooking with gas. That's okay. 7, 8, 12, 15, 18, 23, plus 6, so 29 points of damage.
Woo-wee! Yeah, you fly right up to this creature. Your first attack misses or hits, but is not able to really penetrate the hide. It kind of roars at you, and you use that moment to stab right in its mouth. And kind of
just flying around its face as
Yeah.
much as I can.
Nice. Is that the end of your turn?
Here's my bonus action. Yep, we're good.
All right, it is now the dragon's turn. His bite attack is going after Captain Ace. They're dead, so got to re-roll.
Fight them ashes.
Georgia, she's
Yum,
not
yum.
here. Got to re-roll.
We've done
Um,
well, kids.
Fiona
killed Ace.
is unconscious. Gonna re-roll. Vix/Ecor. Here we go.
Oh no, I
Uh,
forgot.
I use my reaction to make another attack.
Okay, yep, go ahead.
It's still at advantage.
Yep.
Well, give me a natural 20. That was cocked. But pretty good. It's like a 20. It's pretty good. It's definitely above a 22.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll.
And I'll just do a regular attack. So 2d8 plus d6. That's pretty good. 12, 17 plus 6, so 23 points of damage.
Alrighty. You guys are kicking this dragon's ass. Yeah, I mean.
It always happens like this at the beginning, and then it takes one attack, and we're all dead.
So yeah, you hack at it more as it turns its attention away from you, and cause it to a good chunk of damage. He is now he attacked Vix and did 32 points of damage to Vix with his bite attack, but Vix is still standing after that. And now it's the claw attack's turn. Claw attack is going towards. Would you look at that, Atticus? Makes sense narratively. He's pissed at you. This is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that is. Oh, okay. That is 18 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
From the claw. And then his second claw attack as he keeps flying by is Tim and Weimar, so he's gonna have to roll again. Elburn. And Elburn, I'll give you a reaction to try to get up on him if you want, as he flies by you.
Yes, that would be great.
But first he's got to attack you.
He doesn't need to.
He sure does. That's 31 to hit, so I think that hits.
It's not magic though, so it's okay.
And he does 12 points. No, sorry, 12. 22 points of slashing damage.
I liked 12. That'd be cooler.
No, 22 points of slashing damage to you, good sir. That is max damage. So on a claw
Okay,
attack.
hold on. I gotta do quick math.
Quick
What's
maths.
16. Damn it. -6, so 1 minus. Okay. I just got rid of all my temporary hit points, so I had to
Gotcha. Yeah.
go into my.
So go ahead and make a make a whip check at advantage because he specifically attacked you and like got close to you.
Yeah, fucker. 13 plus. I don't think this does anything. Yeah, 13 plus 4. That's 18.
That doesn't do it, but you had an advantage.
Ooh, there it is. That's a 19 plus 7, which is 26.
Totally. So we'll say that you can choose not to do damage and instead grapple around its ankle, and then on your next turn you'll be being pulled, but you'll be able to get up on him.
Yeah, I just crack it back and just go. I swear to God, this better be.
You guys just like those of you who are on the rooftops as the dragon's flying by, it's like roars by, and then you his elbow is like attached to the thing. All right, Avra, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna look over at Ben. I'm gonna say, please don't die. And then I'm gonna Misty Step to Fiona.
Okay.
Bonus action.
Yeah.
And then I gave her a greater potion of healing, but I have a superior one. So
Okay.
so as to not fuck with time, I'm gonna use my superior one.
Okay, this will be your action to do so.
I know.
Okay.
I had to make a character choice rather than a player choice here.
Which is,
I thought about it.
I think those are the
All
best
round.
choices.
And she's gonna get 26 points back.
Okay, yeah, she is back up. Wonderful. So that also adds a d20 back to, or a d6 back to the attacks.
And I'm gonna fight side by side with my auntie.
She looks at you and she says, "Oh, that was very unpleasant. I didn't like that very much. I'd like to take my revenge now."
Oh, go.
Okay, good. And
Yeah.
and it is her turn as yet again you have
I like
another
Fiona.
narrative moment right before the NPCs attack. And the NPCs will all attack the dragon right now. First attack hits. Second attack misses. Third attack hits. So that is going to be a total of 18d6 points of damage from these guys.
Yeah.
From the NPCs that you've made, the friends you've made along the way. And they do
6 friends.
They do 75 points of damage total to this dragon. As they
you
all step out and help the people that had made an impact on them over the past few months. That is the end of the NPC's turn, as Biona does not have to make a death saving throw, and Captain Ace can't. And it is now Rev's turn. Ray and Tiny, you are on deck.
All right. Rev is going to press that attack, keeping with the Eldritch Blasts, and is going to stay kind of planted where he's at, because he's going to use steady aim.
Okay.
So that way on his next round, he has advantage.
Okay.
He only gets one attack that hits, for a total of 8 force damage.
Alrighty.
And then, yeah, using the bonus action to prepare steady aim, so he's got advantage on the next one.
Alright, yes, Rev's just yet again taking that anti-death confidence and just preparing on the rooftop. That's the end of Rev's turn?
That is.
Alright, Ray and Tiny, you're up. Laszlo and Pharaoh are on deck.
Can I, instead of doing my, because I know we're not really like doing movement, can I, instead of using my bonus action to have Tiny attack, can I use my bonus action to like swoop down and scoop Elburn up and throw him on the back of this dragon, or would that be too much?
For sure, and also I think we've done this in the past, and I'm sorry if I haven't clarified it for you before, but Tiny, I know what it says, but Tiny acts separate of you. He knows what to do from you, so like you don't have to use any of your actions or bonus actions to tell him what to do.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, I'm sorry if I've not made
Oops.
that clear before, but that's the way
Oh,
I feel
no,
about
that's okay.
rangers.
Okay. Then yeah, Tiny's action.
He's just on your
then-
turn. Yeah.
Yeah, Tiny's gonna swoop down as I'm notching another shenanigans, and then see that Elburn's like, ah, and then just scoop him
Elburn,
up.
you just feel these like
and,
talons in the back of your
Yeah.
the belt loop on the back and pick
And
you
then
up.
he's gonna throw him on the back of this dragon.
Yeah.
Get him a little closer to where he needs to be.
Easily enough. I'll
Um,
say since you have the whip, you don't need to roll a dexterity saving throw to like stay on there. You're able to like catch on to the dragon. He's real big too, so.
Yeah, I land. I try to superhero land a little bit.
Make an acrobatics
Um,
check.
10.
You like you superhero land and then you like stumble a little bit, but you stay up. But like there was the stumble.
I'll yell down, "That's still cool, Elburn!" as I fly back away. And
Okay,
Yeah.
I'd love to
Wait.
fly towards the face if I can of
Yeah.
this dragon.
Yeah.
And as I fly down, I'm gonna pull out some new druid shit, and I have a new cantrip poison spray
Ooh.
right
okay.
into the snoots of this
Yes.
dragon.
What's the saving
Has
throw
to
on
make
that?
a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw gets a that's 7.
Yeah. So you get full damage.
Oh wait,
on
no,
this
no,
bad.
sorry, that's dexterity. He gets a 15.
Just misses.
Okay,
The con
yeah.
save is 15.
Yeah.
So takes
Oh well,
full damage.
if the con save is 15, he succeeds and takes half.
I thought if you
If you hit like it's
If it
like
meets, it
AC, like
beats.
if it meets, it beats. Yeah.
if it meets, it beats.
If it meets, it beats. Yeah. So like if you're attacking someone and you hit their AC, you hit them.
But if he's doing a con save, wouldn't that miss then? Because he's against mine.
That's not the way we've literally ever. It's always
Oh,
been.
is it not?
Yeah, it's-
I'm
no,
still.
no,
with,
you're
like,
totally
saves
fine.
And stuff.
You're
I'm
totally
new to
fine,
this.
but it's like yeah, if
This
you
is good for next.
if you
campaign.
yeah if you meet the
Spoiler.
DC, you succeed on the saving throw.
Okay. So half damage then for
Yeah.
him. Poison is going to be whatever half of 31 is.
Ooh,
So-
15.
15. Yeah.
Still a good chunk of damage. You know that this dragon, especially with your knowledge of dragon, you're gonna have much more luck with like dexterity stuff or like other stuff, like
Yeah.
Constitution. He has a plus 16 to his Constitution.
Gotcha.
So he's good on his Constitution, but his Dexterity is a plus 7. So I shouldn't just be saying this, but I am. So it's like, so you would know as a person who faces these dragons. But that was still a good chunk of damage. He started like you fly in front of him, and you just put out your hand, and just like almost as if from your wrist, this like plume of green, thick smoke comes out and just like starts to like cough up the dragon as he flies by. Is that the end of your turn? You went out. That was weird.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
God.
would then like to go ahead and use my bonus action because Tiny had an action
Yeah.
/ movement.
Mhm.
That was my action, and then bonus action. I'm gonna go ahead and just cast Hunter's Mark
Totally.
to get that extra.
Sounds good.
that's
It's
it.
gonna be hard to lose track of him.
Yep. But I
Where
want
did he
that
go?
Extra damage.
Laszlo, Pharaoh, you're up.
All right.
Laszlo first. Laszlo
first. Does Laszlo think that this dragon could like communicate with him in any way, or is it like
Laszlo feels pretty confident that the dragon would be able to communicate with him.
hey man, why are you doing this? Yikes. I'm gonna shoot with my cannon.
Go ahead.
I also have pack tactics, so I think that gives me advantage.
Yeah, and you had advantage anyway with the lion.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna use pack tactics. I'm gonna use the lion.
Okay. What it specify?
Ooh, natural 20 on the
Nice.
Ooh, that
Um,
misses. Unfortunately, as a special ability. I'm just kidding.
It takes 32 force damage.
Damn.
Pushed 5 feet back.
No, he's not.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just gonna say no to that.
And then that was bonus action, wasn't a spell, so action gonna catapult again. Needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Alrighty. Like I said, Dex he's not as good at. Gets a 17 though.
Yep, succeeds. Takes 10 or 21, half to 10 bludgeoning.
Alright. Okay, this dragon is like, he's still a beefy big boy, but he's hurt. You guys have hurt this dragon. However, it is now Pharaoh's turn.
However,
Because I thought I was gonna say dragon, and then I remembered it's your turn.
I was like, Pharaoh heals the dragon.
However, Pharaoh betrays all of
What
you.
a twist! What a twist!
Which I
Saw
am-
it coming.
Okay. Bonus action. No, actually, no.
Oh, yeah,
Action
sorry, yeah.
Going to.
Sorry, did
cast-
Laszlo have anything else?
No, Laszlo.
Okay,
that's
cool.
it,
Yeah,
Laszlo.
yeah, fuck him.
Bonus action going to cast Guiding Bolt, 3rd level.
Ooh, I didn't know Guiding Bolt was a bonus action.
No, it's an action.
Oh, okay.
But I rolled a 1.
Oh,
so-
okay. Roll again, please.
Oh, sure. Why not? 26.
Roll a D6. No, roll a D8. No, roll a D4. Sorry.
Roll D4.
Sorry, roll a D4.
Now roll a D percentile.
4.
4. Okay. Atticus is 26 in your armor class.
Yeah, it sure does. At 21. Pharaoh!
Pharaoh rolled a natural 1, man. But this is what we've done. Okay, babe, a natural 1s.
All right. Well, I cast this at 3rd level, which is good for this. So you take 23 points of radiant damage, and the next attack against you has advantage.
Do I don't make a save or anything?
No, it's Guiding Bolt. It's a spell attack. He rolled a 26.
Got you. I take half of it, spell damage. So what was it? So 26 or 13?
Nope, 23. So
23.
11.
So 11. Only 11 points a little. Pharaoh just gives you a little smack on the ass.
I hope I die because I have 11 less HP than I would before.
All right.
Our word kill pointed at you. I think you're fine.
Sorry. Oh my gosh, sorry.
Does Pharaoh
Pharaoh's
have
a little out of practice.
a bonus action?
No bonus action, just sticking
I'm
close.
not gonna
range.
heal.
All right. All right. It is the dragon's turn, and guess what he got back, everybody?
Smoke breath.
Yes, he got his fire /
He got the
ash
poops.
ember breath back.
It needs to make a dexterity saving throw for my spectral group hug.
Oh, it does. Yes, you're right. 22.
Takes 10 points radiant.
Okay.
Sick.
All right. So this now includes Elburn. Volunteers?
I'm on his back. Oh.
I'm saying you can volunteer. You don't have to.
I will volunteer as tribute.
You can jump in front of his mouth if you want.
I will. Yeah.
All right,
Me and
Laszlo.
Tiny.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. What are you gonna say, Rev?
Oh, I was gonna say. I guess like I'm on the ground, so I probably can't.
No. It's just those
Yeah.
who are up there with him.
What is resistance to fire damage? Is it an advantage on the saving throw?
Half
You
damage.
just take half damage.
Oh, just half damage. Okay.
Can I just put myself in front of Fiona so that if she gets hit, I get hit instead?
Yes.
I will also get up to the. That's where I was going anyway. So
You're gonna volunteer for it?
yeah.
Yeah,
All
you-
right.
Growth.
I need dexterity saving throws from the 4 people up there near the dragon,
Why can't we ever have a charisma saving throw?
and then I need
Oh.
and
You're
then
still blessed, whoever's blessed.
Still advantage too, right?
Actually, I have to
Or,
reroll.
the
What?
saving throw. The saving throw is not an advantage. No,
I thought because we had the.
that's attack. So
Yeah,
don't
you get a
a-
plus 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoever's in
that's
10
right.
feet, so is Elburn in 10 feet of me then?
Yeah. If you guys volunteered for the fire, you guys all get Atticus's plus.
Oh, that's
30.
22.
17. Yeah, 21.
16. If you're you use your reaction to take no damage if you succeed. I didn't succeed. Never mind.
Well, you don't know if you succeeded or not yet. However, the last person is Tommy. Oh wait, no, Tommy. He protected himself, right? Did I say that? Yes, because we counted him off.
so.
We counted him off. Yep. So, okay, well, Laszlo is already there, so have to reroll for Laszlo. Okay, Raina.
No, Mom, no, watch out.
My mom dies right now, guys.
All right, Laszlo, what'd you get?
You'll see her in like
22.
28 days.
Laszlo got a 22. Ray, what did you get?
Me and Tiny got 30.
30. Atticus.
21.
21. Elburn.
I forgot to roll the fucking +4.
You get
Sorry.
and you get a D4 and a +5.
D4 and a +5.
Paladins, baby.
16 plus 9 is 25.
Elburn and Ray and Tiny succeed. Everybody else, including Raina, fails.
Would that be half damage if we succeeded?
It will be.
Yeah, so you take a quarter damage.
I'm going to use my Shield Master to take my reaction to take no damage.
No damage?
No damage. If you
Nice.
succeed on a saving throw, you can use your reaction to take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw, interposing your shield between yourself and the source of the effect.
I would have allowed that if you hadn't have already used your
I
reaction.
got off the fucking thing. Okay, yeah, so half damage. That's fine.
He
You
rolled.
take a quarter.
He rolled better this time. That is 90 points of fire damage to those who failed. 45 to those who succeeded. Raina is still standing. And
Hell
she
yeah!
took all 90
Is
points.
she a druid, bitch?
Damn.
I would like
Yeah.
to quarter mine by using my reaction to absorb elements.
Okay, so
again.
that'll be 45 downgraded
I think it's
to
20.
20.
I've got 22.5.
22.
So 22.
Yeah,
Um,
22.
I would also like to take less damage.
Yeah.
Wait, Elburn, why are you taking 22?
Because I have quarter damage based on Atticus's ability.
You have resistance, and you have resistance from the thing, and then he
Why does he have
saved
resistance?
Pharaoh's
Pharaoh cast
Pharaoh's
resistance on me.
Oh, I thought Pharaoh cast resistance. Oh, no, because Atticus already had it. That's right. So, so that's 22 to Elburn, 22 to Rain and Tiny. Atticus takes 90. Laszlo takes 90. No, Laszlo
Half.
takes
No,
40.
I take
5.
I take
Yeah, I'm
45.
taking 45.
Why do you take 45, Atticus? I'm sorry.
Potion.
That's right. And then Laszlo takes 45 because of
Absorb elements.
absorb elements. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry. It's a lot. It's a lot.
No,
and
you're
whoever's
killing it.
blessed is
You're
no
killing
longer
it.
blessed.
Okay.
Bless is
So,
done.
Ray, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Was I?
And beat a 12.
Was I blessed?
No, beat an
Me?
11.
You
Beat
were.
an 11. Yeah, because
The
of your
D4
hunter's
is gone now.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yeah, you just got to beat an 11 Constitution saving throw.
That is a 16.
Yeah. So, you're
yeah.
still
I'm
contemplating.
still
it.
marking.
All right, that's the end of his turn.
I just
did-
yelled at my mom, "I love you."
She looks at you, literally like cartoon, like covered in soot, her hair like burning. Love me too. Elburn, you're
Atticus
up.
is looking rough. Just want to throw that out.
Elburn, you're up.
Um,
Kelpie, you're on deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my pistol. Let me make sure I've got that correct. Where did I put it? I know I've got. There it is. I'm gonna take my pistol, and since I went to the front of the dragon, I assume I'm like by the face.
Yeah.
I would like to take my pistol and try and point blank shove it in its eye and shoot.
Okay, go ahead and
Hope
roll.
you miss.
I'll be so sad if I miss. And I don't have the +4, correct?
No, but you do have an advantage.
No, the D4 is done.
You have advantage because the lion's up there.
Is it at disadvantage
mean
because
it.
it's
That's a
range?
natural motherfucking 20.
I'm gonna say
Wouldn't
no
matter.
because he's so big he can hang on one part and shoot
Oh.
at the eye. You said natural 20?
Natural 20, 26.
Yep, that hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
I have 2d8 that I get to do, plus 2d8 plus 8. Good job. Well, 6 plus 8, 14 points of damage for the first attack.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try and just take this fucker's eyes out.
Do it.
I'm gonna take another shot. I don't know why I closed out of that like a fool. That probably is not gonna do it. That's I have advantage though. So that's
You do have advantage, yeah.
6 plus 6 is 12. That's not gonna do it. That's also not gonna do it. So I missed for the second shot.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take the third shot. Same thing. Natural fucking 20. 26. Wow. For that, that's 5 plus 8, 13 points of damage.
Okay.
I'm just shooting the fuck out of this eye as I can. And then for my but I didn't think I was gonna get this far. I'm going to use my. Where is it? No, I'm gonna point at Laszlo.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna just scream, Laszlo, dynamite, and I'm gonna hold my hand out.
Okay. All right. Roll a d20. Just roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
16.
16. Okay, so you do not impair his vision with those attacks just yet, but you definitely are. His version of needing eye drops for sure. That is the end of Elburn's turn. Kelpie, you're up. Atticus, you're on deck.
Castify Z.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to use my last 4th level spell slot to not do blight, but to call lightning.
Okay, what saving throw is that?
That is a dex saving throw.
All right, well done.
Yeah.
That is a 12 total.
He does not succeed. Okay, could be better, but not too bad.
What?
What? So he takes 22 lightning damage. And it's a concentration, so the storm remains.
Okay.
And now I will use a bonus action, and I'll take I'll look to my dad and say, please, don't die. I'll take a couple steps forward, and you'll see me and my 3 duplicates wild shape into a stegosaurus.
Ooh! There's this huge, thick hide, scaled dinosaur. 3 of them appear on this roof as you slam your tail into the roof threateningly.
And I don't know how much control of duplicates you have if they're just around you, but can I place where they are at all?
No, they're with mirror image. They're literally right next
Just
to you,
around
kind of
you. That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
That was my action and bonus action. And I will stay with my duplicates in front of my dad to hopefully block a breath attack or anything.
Okay, noted. All right, Atticus, you're up.
I will bonus action lay on hands for my remaining 31,
Okay.
bringing me up to. I just killed myself. Bringing me up to 58.
Okay.
And then I will just look really mad, and I'm gonna stab at this guy, just fluttering around him.
Do it.
First, 18. Second attack is a natural 20. I'm gonna pump a 3rd level divine smite.
Did
to
you
it.
on the first attack? You rolled with advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and still got an 18.
I missed. Yeah.
All right.
Pump
Natural
a third
20,
level divine
third level
smite
divine
into it.
smite.
I got to do a lot of math. This is gonna be.
How many D8 is that?
It is 68.
Nice.
I need another D8.
So many.
No, it's 78. It's 5 plus 2 because he's undead.
Yeah, that's right.
I need another D8. All right, well, I'm good. All right. Plus a D6. Lightning damage. Oh my god. Give me a minute. 6, 11, 15, 16, 19, 22, 26. I didn't roll that great. 26 plus 8. So 34 times 2
34
is
times 2.
68 plus 6.
Hold on,
So
I'll do the math for you. Say it again. 34
plus
times
6.
2 plus what?
68.
So 68, so 74 points of damage.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Abra. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, Atticus. How do you want to do this?
Dragon Slayer. I'll just like
God, because
I'll-
Tiny had 3 hit points left.
I'll just like fly into its mouth, and like for a brief moment, like Atticus is just gone, and then like with like a spin of electrical energy, I'll just like cut off its head, just like from the inside, like from within its neck, is like a yeah. Just
The Atticus and your friends are up there battling this dragon. The roars of the dragon take over the city. There's blood from the fallen, fire and smoke on the ground. Atticus is flying up in the air with his wings. Laszlo, Ray, Atticus, Elburn, they all jump down in front of the dragon's mouth. Elburn hanging there on a horn with his shield, literally just taking the fire with his shield as he takes it. Everybody else, Laszlo gets beat back. Tiny's wings are burning on their embers as he flies away. Atticus looks at everyone down. He realizes now is the only chance. He flies through, ducking his wings and corkscrewing into the throat of the dragon, and suddenly silence for a moment, and then 2, before a flash of energy as lightning and electrical energy completely in a circle, like as if a blade went through the dragon's neck, just completely blast through and emanate from Atticus's strike. And the dragon's head just completely like breaks apart, almost coming off as Atticus flies out of the throat of this dragon. And from the wound, this almost as if a volcano is erupting, this plume of ash and smoke and fire come fizzling and pouring out of the wound of this throat as the rest of the people who are helping you, Xavier comes up and puts up a shield in front of some of the other NPCs as debris starts falling on them. Tommy runs over and jumps onto his daughter Stegosaurus's back and screams up to the sky in victory. Fiona looks at you, Abra, and she's like, I wanted my revenge. And Rev releases his second arrow. Tiny gets in another bite. Ava releases a chromatic orb at the creature as he's flying above, and Atticus cuts off the throat. The Stegosaurus of Kelpie lifts up and trails down the abdomen of the creature, releasing smoke and embers onto the ground as the creature slams into the ground about a half-mile out of the city, rolls, and then just completely dissipates into a dark black cloud of smoke. A storm begins to overtake the city made out of this smoke, and you hear a loud crack of thunder as Shar mourns the death of her right hand, and the smoke dissipates. And through the clouds, through the dark, smoky storm clouds, beams of sunlight begin to shine down on the city of Lake Peak, as the Lake Peak 7 have one last time saved the world of Erubion. And that is where we will take a little break. And we will pick up after intermission and see what these characters. Well, we got some people to catch up with, and then we've we'll see what these characters get up to with the rest of their lives.
God.
So we'll be right back, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Charmed Persons. As you all stand on the rooftops of Lake Peak, the silence kind of hits you for a moment. Your breath is heavy. The moment still feels like it should be happening. And then you hear it. A loud cacophony of noise. Thousands of people exiting their homes and cheering as loud as they can for the Lake Peak 7 and their friends who just destroyed most likely the most dangerous entity that Erubion has ever faced. The rest of you kind of stand there in silence, stunned. Gregov climbs up onto the roof and starts to walk over to you, Rev. As he does, his claws shorten back into nails, his teeth, become regular yet again. You see that everybody is... There are some people who are hurt. Dane's pretty hurt. Old Xavier is hurt as well. Vix is hurt, I mean. But everyone is standing. Reyna's looking really rough. But they all join you as you all are just... you make your way down from the rooftops and into the courtyard of the mayor's manor. And citizens of Lake Peak just start to gather around the main gate. And just cheer for all of you and yell thanks and all kinds of stuff. And you guys are all in the courtyard with the group of people that were teleported to you. And it is now yours to do with what you will this moment. However, one person starts to feel a pull, P-U-L-L, back to their existence. Pharaoh, as you look at the rest of your party, you look down, your visage starts to fade away once more. As you look to the party, and the party, you look to Pharaoh, and you know that your time with him is coming to an end.
Pharaoh, quick, cast sending to Drigo, real quick.
I'm actually probably not gonna send to Drigo. He probably deserves to be with a nice guy who's not dead, and I don't want to give him conflicting feelings about being alive. So just tell him I said hey if you see him.
Okay.
I hate that, and I love it.
If it weren't for your wafers, I don't think we could have done it.
I second that.
Oh wow. Thank you.
I lean over to Atticus and I go, I don't know what I'm going to see again or if I ever will.
Oh, you cut out there at the end. I didn't hear you.
Oh, I just lean over and I go, I got to get something right.
I gotta do something right. Yeah.
I lean back, so hoping that Pharaoh didn't hear that.
No. Just real quick, sorry to Atticus. I know I kind of came in here and didn't only attacked you. That was my bad.
It's fine. I barely felt it.
Yeah. Also, is that guy Peeldor? I didn't want to bring it up, but
yeah, I mean,
Kinda.
sort of, yes. No, my name's Xavier. My name is not Peeldor at all.
oh, okay, nice.
Was he just British?
Well, I can catch
Xavier's
you
always
up
been
later,
British.
Pharaoh. I'll tell you like the whole story. There's a lot.
No, you won't, Kelpie.
I mean, just later. I'm saying like win later, but later.
Hey, Kelpie. I have like a private conversation with Kelpie away
Okay.
from everyone for a second.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing?
I mean, good like right now because that was a pretty big win. But for like later stuff, I don't know.
You know, it's crazy how brave, incredible you are. I mean, I mean, when I was your age, I was not doing the stuff you were doing, and I marvel at it every day. And I was thinking about how I'm, you know, in Eldath's reign now in heaven, and it's pretty nice. And I really have you to thank for that. I was completely lost for a long time. I didn't even have a god. It was kind of a, you know, I made my wafers, but it was all kind of a facade. And you helped me in a hard time for me, so I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, I'm happy too, and I'm happy that whenever it might be, you know, after I'm gone, we can hang out by the waterfall, and like I said, I can tell you everything that's happened because like it's crazy, man. So much has happened.
Oh my gosh, story time. That would be so fun.
And hopefully it's more to tell you, but you know, who knows? But
yeah, Eldath's place is pretty great. There's a sauna. 24/7.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited to explore it more. I mean, the waterfall itself, like if that was
Really
it,
good
that'd
for
be
your
great.
skin.
But like, I'm sure there's more. So that sounds really fun. Yeah.
And look, I don't know your fate, and I know the fate that might happen kind of sucks. But the good thing is that you're not gone. People still feel you, and I can't wait to spend more time with you.
Yeah, that makes this whole thing less scary, knowing that I know what's gonna happen whenever it does end, because I know we'll just get to hang out by a waterfall, and that sounds really nice.
Okay, now we have to hug.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Well, I'm going back to heaven, I think. Hopefully.
Hey, Pharaoh. Why don't you take a wafer on me, and I'll cast Create Food and Water as wafers kind of pile up at his feet. I've been working on this recipe a while. I don't know if they're the same thing, but
I pick one of the wafers up and I inspect it and I put it in my mouth. Incredible.
And as Pharaoh says those words, incredible, his visage fades and his existence fades, and the wafer with one bite falls to the ground with the other wafers.
I'm gonna do it again.
That guy's so cool.
That's you,
thanks for giving us our moment, Laszlo. I know that you decided to stay quiet there, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Didn't want to speak so directly.
I would have enjoyed watching that if I'm honest. But
well, we'll never know.
And Thalia and Dane had their special moment with Pharaoh as well before he left.
I reach over and just like give a gentle double squeeze of Thalia's hand.
She looks at you and she says, you know, this was good for me. Seeing him that way, seeing him smile and laugh, and knowing that he's still somewhere, makes it all easier. Listen, I want you to have, you know, obviously you're here with your party and with your father, and I'm not good at this. But can I? What?
I just like pull her in and hug her and like awkwardly kiss her on the cheek because it's a weird moment.
It is, yeah. And she pulls back and she says, I need to return to my parents and follow you in, but maybe I'll see you there, or you know.
Yeah. I'll come find you.
Great. And she kind of walks over to everybody else and thanks all of you, and goes up to you, Avra, and she gives you a big squeeze, and she looks over at Rev and she says, "You were right." And then she looks over at Ben and looks back at you and says, "Follow your own advice." And then her and Dane kind of say their final goodbyes and head out of the courtyard, and on their way back to Foluent to tell their parents of the fate of their eldest son, Pharaoh Ganondel, and yeah. So then Fiona comes up to you, Avra, and she says, "Is it normal to be this angry that I didn't kill the beast?"
Yeah, I mean, Atticus does it like every time. It's something that we kind of just.
It wasn't very
got
fair.
used
He
to.
had wings and a sword, and I had to stay in
I
one
know.
position.
I know. I mean, I spent a good amount of time just making sure you were alive. So I'm glad that you were there.
I do appreciate you doing that because that was quite painful.
Yeah, I bet.
Do you want me to fix your hair now?
Yeah.
She pulls out this little gold bobby pin.
Uh-huh.
And you see that as she does, there's another one next to hers. And she puts the gold bobby pin in your hair. And you know that this is a bobby pin of hair disguise. And it's specifically it is just for changing hair color. Fiona created it herself because she found out there were times in her life that it would be good not to have blue hair. And so she puts the she puts the bobby pin in your hair, and you think of that same color that you missed for these past few days, and your hair turns.
It's only been a few days.
You turn that same shade of blue.
Thank you.
Now that looks much better.
I agree.
So you kissed that boy.
I did.
Is he your boyfriend?
I don't. Nope.
Then why? I'm confused. Because I do not kiss my friends.
Yes. You know how I said that I lost some of my memory?
Yes.
Well, I kind of lost the memory of him, but then I like thought he was dead, but then I forgot who he was, and then when he came back, I didn't know who he was, and so things are a little complicated right now.
That's confusing to me, and I didn't really understand that. But I think maybe this is a conversation for another time.
Probably, yeah.
I need to go to Stagham. I, as Leona's only surviving kin other than you, there's some business that needs to be taken care of that I don't think you should have to bother yourself with. So I'm going to return to Stagham to take care of Leona's estate, and I would love to see you there after you are done doing what you need to do here.
Definitely. I'll come there.
Wonderful. Okay, well, goodbye then. Niece, I love you. And she walks away, and very matter-of-factly, and
Love you too.
and walks into the crowd and makes her way back to Stagham. Ben then approaches you, Ray, and
me.
kind of
Okay.
and kind of looks
I was
over
like,
and kind of looks over at Avra, and then whispers to you like, "So she doesn't remember anything?"
no, I don't. It doesn't. I mean, she remembers like most things, but not you.
Okay, so
Part of,
how
like,
do
the
you
deal.
how do you think I should like handle that?
You're asking me to give you dating advice.
Well, you're my
Probably the only person.
you're my big sister. Who
worse
else am I
at
supposed
it.
to ask?
You know what? Just, keep doing what you're doing. You know?
I can't believe Mom's alive.
Wow. Your head is everywhere. I mean, yeah, that's where my head is at.
Do you think
Mom's back. You're here. I thought I was an orphan. Now I'm not. I lived in a forest. Now I don't. I have a dragon. He's where I don't know where he is. It's a lot.
Do you think you can stick around for a while? Do you think you can not, leave?
stick around here?
Just around me.
Listen, I don't want to like be a dick, but I wasn't the one that left, so. But yes.
But yes.
You're right, but I couldn't have just stayed in the woods
No,
forever,
and
Ray.
I hug him.
And he hugs you back.
And I hug him because now I know how it feels to need to go do something somewhere.
Yeah.
Um,
And he looks
but,
yeah, and he pulls back and he says, I miss my big sister.
miss my little brother. And I grab him. Does he have? If he has facial hair, I want to like pull it.
It's a little patchy, but you pull at it, and he's like, he kind of gets angry, and then immediately turns to you, Kelpie, and he just like grabs you and puts your arm between his. It just starts like rubbing your hair. And
I
it's
wild
like,
shape
go ahead,
into a bear, and I do the same to him.
Oh my god.
I can't be picked on by my big sister and my little sister. It's like,
I just say words to him in bear that he can't understand.
and he like gets super red when you like put him down, and he kind of like adjusts himself, and then he looks over at you, Avra, and then like just kind of like walks away and like leans against the wall for a moment to like collect himself, not ready to go right up to you after that moment.
I would like to find my mom though.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Just at the end, like the cap of this.
Yeah, so
interaction.
Raina's sitting right there on the bench. She's kind of been sitting off to the side because she's a little hurt.
Yeah.
So she's like kind of catching her breath while just kind of watching everything. She chuckles as she watches the whole Kelpie bin fiasco, and you come over and you sit next to her.
I would love to just to kind of show her how far I've come. Cast a level 2 cure wounds on her.
Go ahead, yeah.
I know we're out of combat, but just show off a little.
For sure, yeah. You don't need to roll for it. You
13,
you walk over and you
I will.
and you start to rub not rub, but like float your hand directly over her arms where like there's clear burn marks, and you see them start to like smooth and become, tan skin again, and she looks at you and she kind of smiles and she floats her good arm over her other one. And you see her kind of start to heal her own wounds in a very similar way. And she looks at you and she just kind of like puts a hand on your cheek. And she says, "How did you learn all of this stuff without me?"
I had a really good teacher. And I look over at Kelpie and be like,
Who's still a
family
bear?
is family. A really good teacher.
It's just and she looks at you and she's like, I will never do anything but regret not being there for you. But
go ahead. There's a but.
If anything that I did, good or bad, led to the two of you finding each other, I have just a little bit less regret.
Maybe don't spend too much time regretting and instead just come back.
If you'd have me, I'd love nothing more than to be a family again.
Ben, she's in.
Shut up! He's still like embarrassed over to the side. Raina kind of stands up now, feeling a little bit better, and she goes over to Bear Kelpie. Kind of scritches you behind your ears and in your jowls as a big bear. And she says, "Can I talk to my daughter now, please?"
I'll drop the wild shape.
And you drop the wild shape, and she yet again gets down on one knee to make sure that she's on your eye level. And she looks at you, and she says, "You are one of the most powerful young druids I've ever seen."
Wow.
Are you?
Thanks.
It's hard to believe, and she kind of like looks over at Ray and then looks back to you, glances at Ben. It's hard to believe that such talented kids could come from such a mess as me. And Tommy walks up, and he's like, "Well, yeah, you can't really. This one's on me." Pointing to you, and she kind of like laughs, and you see Tommy and Raina kind of share a brief moment of familiarity. And then she looks back at you and she says, "I don't mean to assume anything, and I definitely don't want to make you uncomfortable, but I would love to be back in Ray and Ben's lives, and it seems like they would like to be back in mine, and if I could be a part of yours and your dad's, and I would be honored."
I mean, I can't speak for my dad, but like I said, the mom I thought I had before I knew that you were my actual mom was pretty shitty. So
Tommy just starts
Um,
laughing.
so I would love that to know my real mom and yes.
Tommy speaks up and he says, if your place in Duskull doesn't exist anymore, I do have a home in Stagham that for now we could all stay in." And she kind of like looks and nods and says like, I'll talk to Ray and Ben, but I'm okay with that if they are." And she kind of gives you a big squeeze, and she pushes back and says, I feel like I should say I can't wait to. I have so much to show you, but really, I can't wait for everything that you could show me."
I mean, I'm sure there's more you can show me. I was still pretty young when I was with the Green Lace last, so I kind of just taught myself. But
Well,
I would love for you and Ray and everybody.
As a druid, just know that you and I have a long time together coming up. So,
Awkward.
I'm very excited about that.
And Kelby just kind of goes, "Uh-huh." So they're like, "Oh God, do I say it? Do I say it? Should I say it?" And we'll kind of look over at Xavier and just be like, "Huh?" And then just get really awkward.
Xavier is currently kind of like minding his own business, barely paying attention to what's going on. Obviously, looking like he's contemplating leaving. He hasn't socialized in a very long time.
I walk up to Xavier.
Okay, I was like, if he's gonna leave, I'm gonna go up to him.
God.
Excuse me.
with the grin that SpongeBob has when he figures out that Squidward likes Krabby Patties.
Yeah.
I just walk right up to him and I go, "Oh, decided to help, huh?"
You were a real asshole about it, but you were right in everything that you said.
I get that a lot.
Well, I'm glad that I was able to assist in some way. I feel so good. I think I'm going to return, though, to the gray sky. It's a much nicer place than
Yeah.
here.
I hold my hand out for like a handshake. My burnt hands from the all the spell book all those days ago, those weeks ago.
He kind of looks at your hands and looks up at you, and he reaches out his hand and he shakes it.
Yeah. How did the Great Ones contact you directly?
Yes, they showed up in the gray sky. It was a big orb of light.
Hmm.
They
I need to
asked.
talk to them about something.
Okay. Well,
you know how?
what?
What was that?
What?
Hmm?
What?
Sorry, what?
I just
You were gonna say something.
no.
Oh. And I kind of like lean forward and I explain very quietly all about what I said to the Avatar of Mistra and the situation that I know of Kelpie, because I don't know if you've told me. Did you tell everybody everything, Kelpie?
I think she eventually
so.
she
Yeah,
was like
because
caught
I asked
lying
her
about
truth
it.
or dare.
Right.
Yeah,
I just couldn't
in the
remember if
truth
we
or dare.
got
Or
all
honesty or
I think you
compulsion.
got
I don't know
all
if-
of it. Yeah.
Like all of it, but you know that I had a year and now I have a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I go, so like
Well,
kind of where we're at. I mean, she's a child.
I don't know how much I can do about the. You know, I don't know how much I can do about the deal with the Great Ones, but the curse I might be able to help with.
All right. That would be really appreciated. She's 50. You know, you and I have been around the block.
Right.
I've been around several blocks, several
Right.
cities.
Okay, well, and he kind of like walks past you and walks over to you, Kelpie. Hello, Kelfina. I heard you were cursed recently.
And I'll kind of like look at mom and dad and be like,
They're both like, excuse me?
yeah, yes, sir. Yes, I was.
Would you like me to remove this curse from you?
Well, yeah. Other people in our party were also cursed, but we do have a possibility that later. My curse is kind of a timeline, so I don't want to be selfish, but if you wouldn't mind doing that, and then maybe also if you know anything about staffs of power and how to make them more powerful so they can use the wish spell, that'd be helpful too.
As far as staffs of power are concerned, I'm not quite sure. I've never heard of a staff of power being able to cast the wish spell. He doesn't know what these artifacts are all about. So he's like, but he kind of looks at you and he's like, but as far as your curse is, it's a tricky, dangerous spell. But I can attempt to remove it if you would like me to.
Yeah, I would. I don't want to say it, but I also don't think it could get much worse than my curse. And I'll look at my parents again and be like, don't freak out. It's
They're like,
fine. It's
"What?"
fine. Everything's fine.
Old Xavier kind of kneels down. And he holds out his hand and he says, will you give me your hand, please?
I put both in his hand.
He grabs both hands with one hand. And you hear him kind of like start to hum a little bit. And like the hum kind of like emanates in your immediate area. And you begin to like feel this vibration. Like that feels as if there's an earthquake happening right underneath you. And yet everyone else around you is acting completely normal and doesn't feel anything. And you just hear nothing other than very crisply and cleanly Xavier's words as he says, I wish Kelfina's Tyrmbrick's curse from the temple of, and then he says the name of the temple because I don't remember it at the time, to be reversed and removed. And you feel this like almost as if a flash of energy happens behind your eyes. You're like blinded for just a brief moment. And the curse has been lifted. You feel it deep within you. The deal that you have with the Great Ones extends forward to a year, back to a year. And what was the other part of the curse? I think that was it.
No, I have the possibility of my trade with Ray again.
You would, but they've already
Well, we
taken
had
the
our
light
lights,
from you.
yeah.
Oh, duh.
So, yeah.
There's no light to give.
There's no light to
Never
give,
mind.
but the timeline is back to a year. Yes.
Right. I having felt all of that and feeling the curse lifted, I immediately start tearing up, and I just give him a big hug.
Oh gosh. Oh no. And he like gently, very gently pushes you away. And he looks over. And did you tell him what you said to Mistra, Elburn?
Yes, I also ended it with going, if you have any methods of making sure that worked, just like write me a letter.
He comes up to you and puts a hand on your shoulder. And he says, I need you to know that when I cast that spell just now, I felt something. And whatever you did, it worked. I spoke with the Great Ones. It was weird. I was in this... You wouldn't believe me if I told you, but I was in this place where it was all black, and there was just a couple of inches of water.
It just looks like really like ominous and kind of cool, but like you look down, you don't see reflection and shit, but like you know you should be there. Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Just in the casting of the wish spell, it was weird. I've never had to do this before, but I had to be in front of them, and I had to ask them of the wish. And while I was there, they told me, they said that a true sacrifice had occurred. They said that, what's her name? The one with the bow?
Ray.
She tried to do the same, but it wasn't a sacrifice coming from her. But they said that coming from you, it was a sacrifice. From her, it's just character, but you're a dick, apparently, so...
You know what?
Listen, that's from them. That's from them. I'm just saying.
I get it. Like it's fine.
They were like like her. It's obvious. Like of course she would do that. It was like a big deal.
That's true. I can be a piece of shit. Like I get that.
So I just needed you to know. You don't have to tell the others, but it's you.
Great. So a year from now, did you happen to hear a year from now or a year?
No, and he starts to walk away, and he waves his hand, and a gray little portal pops up, and he looks back right before it does, and he says, "If any other of me's pop up, just let me know." And he goes into the portal, and the portal dissipates.
Dear God, I hope not.
Does he know something?
How many more?
Georgia comes up to you, Atticus.
Please tell me you saw that.
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. You were what?
I don't know. I felt like
You're such a
flying to its
dork.
neck.
Like, how are you able to do that? You're just look at that
Hey.
mustache and tell me that you think you should be able to do that.
I do it because of the mustache.
She just starts to laugh and like playfully hits you, and then she like kind of like asks if she can like pull you aside like privately.
Yeah, that's very adult of you. Yeah, of course.
She says, listen, I know you didn't want me to fight in that battle, and that's fine. But I'm 14 now, and I'm capable of taking care of myself. And I think you're a superhero now.
Pretty much.
So you can protect me. I know you, and I know you're not done. And I want to go with you.
Well, then let's go.
Really? You'll let me come?
Yeah, I will. I think you can handle it. Stick behind me, of course, but I think you got it.
Okay, all right. I'll make sure and bring my warm clothes because I heard it's cold over there.
Where are we going?
Well, I'm assuming we gotta go kill all the gray tips, right?
Oh, and then I'll lift her up and flight, just like, and just like fly around.
Yeah, she just just squeals with joy. Meister Francile approaches all of you, and kind of like, well, first of all, thank you. I'm so thankful that all of you were able to be here and do what you've done. You've saved our town yet again. I know that everything that just happened was completely insane. What happened with Fiona and everything?
I mean, she's not doing great. She's pretty.
She'll be okay.
We should probably send someone to check on her, like now, probably.
I have Franklin going to
I offered to
check on
shoot her.
What?
I did too.
What?
We
That Fiona. Thought you talking a different Fiona. Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
she wanted
I remember
to
now.
die last we checked, but someone was with her, and I think
Oh.
Franklin went back to take care of her.
Right.
Not take care of her. Not take
no,
care
I
of her.
understand. I understand.
She needed some rest. I
but
think.
she's alive.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
super. Doesn't look the same.
Well, I'm just glad that you were able to not. I feel like she was corrupted. She's a brilliant woman who. Well, we'll see what we can do. But we thank you so much for everything that you have done for this town. I know that right now our mayor is out of commission, and I hold no really authoritative position, but this town, we are yours, and it is yours, and any resource that we have, anything that we can do, we are at your disposal.
I appreciate it, Mayor Francile.
Well, I would say, I mean, we've had 2 mayors in this town back to back go bad. Maybe a different type of government?
Duke,
It's not gonna happen 3 times.
the Duke of Lakeview.
I think I agree with both of you. I think that I would like to perhaps lead a council of Lake Peak, where multiple people have equal voice over the decisions that are made. Stagham seems to be doing quite well with it, and I feel like that's something that we should adopt as well. My sister tells me that the king in Follyman just rambles on over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I do
I
think
don't hate a
Yeah,
lot of
he's
people, but that guy just gets under my skin. I don't know.
And even though none of you really noticed in the moment, and why would you, other than the fact that they look similar, when you visited King Follyman, or the King Moron in Follyman, Moraine.
King Moron! Cannon!
Yeah, you did.
King Moron!
You can't blame us for that one.
I'm gonna call him
I
that.
literally originally called him King Moron, like Moran, and I was like, oh my god, I can't do that, and so I changed it to Moraine, but I just let it slip just then. Anyway, when you guys first met King Moraine, Fiona Bell was talking to a dark-skinned elf woman, blonde, with green eyes, who Meister Francile must be referring to in this moment. And then he says, so if any of you would like to maybe serve on this council, I'm sure we would be, or we could definitely consider you all honorary members at the very least. Your say is important to us.
Can I take the big robots?
No.
Okay.
What?
I don't think that's a good idea. Do any of you think that's a good idea?
Maybe give him one.
Oh, yeah.
component,
one.
yeah, but
Maybe
no.
just let him look at him here. Like,
Okay.
don't take him anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it deserves to have this one.
Give him that
That's just
workshop.
me, though.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you could give him a workshop. He really likes holes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll work on that.
Sweet.
Can we also work on maybe some sort of big ass town party for
Yeah, big ass
this-
town
this
party.
fucker? We've got, and I point to
Tom and Waymer are way ahead of you.
Tim and Waymer. I point at Tim and Waymer, and I look at Meister Francile in the eye.
As you point at them, they are currently pushing through the gates this big mill on a cart that they brought to Lake Peak.
Yeah.
We were already gonna put this in the local taverns, man. So let's just go ahead and run it up and start it going right now, huh? Shall we?
Fuck yes.
Anybody have
Get
Vizax's
drunk.
number? No.
What?
Anybody? No.
Have who?
Vizax's number? I don't know. I feel like you could really. It's probably not the right idea.
I mean, you all have sending.
I was
I
going to
pull-
say, a lot of us
I
have
pull out the
sending.
mirror and I go, "Is this anything? This is what he came out of." So or the shard of the mirror that I have.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
is
just
this anything?
is a mirror. It's just a mirror. Yeah.
We
It doesn't
have-
feel like a
but
kid-friendly party.
Elbert,
We
you
have a-
can use it to tell if someone's a vampire.
I like know this knowledge from this, and I just go, fucking, I knew it.
No, you
Magic
didn't.
gas mirror.
We do have a portable mansion.
You also have a portable mansion.
Yeah.
We do.
And we have,
Filled-
We have
filled-
multiple.
Filled currently with corpses.
Do we have multiple
That-
entries to it, or just the one?
Just the one, yeah. But
We
there's
could-
multiple
we could-
within the manor.
Yeah.
We could try to make more of those things.
There's
We can
more
always
crystals,
have
I
a
think,
place.
inside the.
There's
Yeah.
more inside the manor and
Oh
the
my
ability to make
gosh.
more as well.
We could always
That
have a
could
place
be
to
our-
Let's have a home.
Oh.
Our
Plus,
homestead.
we just get time in Weimar to live there.
It's
well, Tim. But yeah.
He goes by
Vix,
Tom now.
Vix comes up to all of you and to Meister Fransteel, and he's like, well, that really hurt. That was painful, but I'm glad that I was able to be here for you guys.
You staying to get drunk?
Nope, not gonna stay here to get drunk. Need to get back to our tribe, but I just wanted to let you
I think
guys...
you can hang out for
I
one
wanted
night.
to let you guys know that the village of where I'm from.
Steep cliff.
What is it again?
What? You know.
Steep
What
cliff.
was the village that you're from?
You know. It's and
I'm trying to remember the name as well. What
do,
was
you,
it?
do you think since we saved the day, we could climb that big tree?
Bro.
Come on, man. We did.
What?
I mean, I know it's important to you guys, but like, it's a big tree.
Important. It's like the thing.
It's Erto.
Urto.
Urto.
It's Urto. Yeah, I was looking it up
Urto.
too.
I just got it too.
The village of Urto has been shut off from the world for a really long time, and because you all showed us that outsiders can be good and do good, we're gonna start working with the town of Lake Peak a lot more.
Good to hear that.
And yes, you can climb the tree.
Don't even know what this is. I'm excited.
Is Igor with him? Did he bring
Igor is here, yeah.
Okay, I'm just giving Igor scratches.
Igor loving it,
Hey,
yeah.
hello, Vix. My name is Laszlo. I don't think we've met.
I
but
know.
We're like reptiles, so I feel like we're connecting here a little bit, right?
It's a little speciesist, yeah, but sure. I mean,
What's
I
not
can.
species?
Well, I'm not a kobold.
Oh.
I'm a lizard folk.
Oh, cool.
You gotta know your kind, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey,
I thought
no, hey, it's okay.
We just killed that big kobold just now.
For sure. Nope, dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You really don't? Really? Okay. All right. Cool. Hey. Weird question. You don't have no like holes, do you?
I mean, it's up there. My favorite things for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah, a big hole.
Well-
Any day.
We have a selection of pretty nice holes that are like well lit and well stocked in the village of Urto. If you ever want to, join us.
Yeah. I mean, I do have a hole that I think has a teleporter in it, so that's pretty convenient.
Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, well, I'm just saying if you ever need a place to stay, you can stay with your reptilian friends.
Yeah, I would love that. I mean, any of you guys
But
are.
I did not enjoy that, by the way. I want to take that back.
Take what back?
Not the offer, just me saying reptilian. That felt weird.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I would love to go to your village of Urto and get in one of your holes. That would be an honor.
Yep. Okay. Well. Yeah. All right. So, thanks everybody. It was good seeing
Tell
you.
Gringa I said hi.
I will, and you should come. All of you should come. And-
I'll be in touch.
In your holes?
No, not necessarily just the holes. Other parts too. But I'm sure the village would love to see the glistening sun and hear what it's done.
Wait,
Oh.
there are other parts of your village that aren't holes?
The majority of it.
Okay.
But there is a cave where all the
I actually think I'm out on your offer.
Oh. All right.
You don't want to. You don't want to come in their holes?
All right, guys.
You can't stay for one drink,
Bye.
Vix. You can't.
Bye. I'm leaving. I'm sorry. Bye.
God.
And
That
he
was
heads
good,
out. Yeah. The rest of the people who had been joining you, Captain Ace is, of course, dead, but Tommy and Raina are catching up. Fiona's gone. Tim and Weimar are currently making, trying to make some butt water. Thalia and Dane they're gone, heading off to follow you in. Rev, your father approaches you, and he looks to you and he says, "So, what's next for you?"
I've got a list. Kind of taking a page out of Ava's book. I've started
These are good things.
a bullet list.
How old are you now?
I'm 49. Yeah, that's like
Cool.
yeah.
All right. I'm 55.
This is a little awkward.
It is.
I'll
It is.
say.
But hey, are you gonna? Anyway, you gonna come see me and Duskull? Gonna come home?
Yeah, of course. No, we think we've got a lot of things to bond over, a lot of things to work through still.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course.
All right. Well, listen, I kind of just got teleported here.
Do you need a ride?
I was staying in Voluin.
Oh my god.
Do you think I can maybe just like stay with you until you make it to Duskull?
Yeah.
Or just get me to Duskull somehow?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Don't worry about that.
The Orb of Light, they like brought us all here, but they're not taking anyone back. It's super rude.
Yeah,
Very
they kind of abandoned
One-way
us
Uber.
as soon as they got what they needed.
I know, insane. Oh gods. All right. Well, I'm gonna go get some food. I think. Yeah.
There's a bunch of wafers right here.
Yeah, those look horrible. I'm gonna go inside and get some food. And he starts walking away into the manor.
The
Your dad's
origin
kinda a
story.
dick.
I would say the origin story of Atticus hating my dad.
And then in this moment, after finally collecting himself and breathing for a while, Ben approaches you, Avra. Hey, you got your hair back. That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you happen
Fiona
to
helped me.
get anything else back or?
No.
Cool. Hey, so listen, I know that we were like in the heat of the moment up there, and you know, people kind of do things like that they, you know, maybe wouldn't do if like the moment was like a different moment, and I just want to let you know that like that's totally fine, and like I get it, like everyone gets like caught up, you know, in things, and so I just want you to know, like, I'm not putting any weight on anything or.
You're not.
No, I'm saying like I don't need to, you know. I'm saying like oh, you know,
I'm just gonna kiss him again.
he kisses you back and then kind of pulls away and gets really red.
I'm right behind Avra going like,
Like I imagine me and Ray just like
maybe
family.
so maybe we can like go back to, I don't know, maybe I can accompany you back to Stagham.
That'd be nice. I'm definitely gonna meet Fiona there, but I'm gonna stop and see a friend along the way. Do you wanna come?
I'd love to.
I'm gonna go visit Drigo.
Okay, yeah. Drigo is in Stagham.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that is everybody that came to visit you now has a plan of what they're gonna do. So for the sake of brevity, since we're getting closer, we'll say that in this night was filled with revelry and feasts and wonderful celebration for the Lake Peak 7 and the amount of victory and hard work and success that they have had. Ray, what were you gonna say? I saw you raise your hand.
Yeah, if we're in the party part of things, I did have something that I want to do in the party part of things whenever we get to it.
Yeah, go ahead. What did you want to do at the party?
Oh,
at the party?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I was gonna skip past the party, so yeah, whatever you want to do.
Oh,
at
I
the
do.
party.
So at some point in the party part of the evening, I would like to go up to Elburn.
Okay. Yeah.
And
in the background.
just like dance up to him, like, hey.
Someone sending spell to Vizax, and he's above the town of Lake Peak, just like dancing and providing.
Shut up.
It was acting.
I don't know sending.
But
as I give Avra 100 gold.
But Avra made it very clear that Vizax was only allowed to provide entertainment and not do anything against anyone's consent. And he would get double the price. So he says yes. So he's just like up in his purple cloud,
just a DJ,
just dancing. And you pull Elburn aside.
Hey, so we never really checked in after, the stuff that went down in the temple. And I assumed throughout the fight with the dragon that I wasn't as dead to you as previously mentioned. So I just wanted to find you and say I'm sorry again, and I'll put my hand out with my drink in one hand and my hand out and say, "You want to be friends?"
I take her hand and then turn it down into like a hand holding thing, and I go, "We need to go talk for a second." And I like go to like a little corner, like a corner that's like away from somebody like Kelfie from overhearing anything. In like a back corner, like with my drink in hand, definitely, it's literally a wine glass of butt water. Like that's what
filled to the very top. So
it's
you
like
have to like balance
and it's
it
like
as you go.
it's the second glass, so I'm not drunk yet, but like feeling something.
Yeah.
Sit down and I go, okay. So
what is this?
I don't know what this music is. It should be happening.
I'm a little buzzed too.
There's something that I have to say first that you are not allowed to tell anyone, and that includes your family. Okay? Can you promise me that?
Sounds so weird to say, my family.
I know. That's fantastic.
Okay.
That's so
yeah,
nice.
I promise.
I mean, like this is serious. Like this is a big promise.
It was serious.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be making a different face maybe when I tell you that Kelfie's year limit doesn't exist anymore.
Excuse me?
She won't die in a year.
Okay. All right.
I had a conversation when I was unfortunately deceased, not of my own accord. And I made a trade. I will take her place. I will be fulfilling the terms of the bargain. So I've got, I think, a year from today. I'm not entirely sure. Xavier didn't make it clear. Xavier checked in before he left. I think it's from a year from today. But I will be gone in that time. Kelfie doesn't have to. Unfortunately, she doesn't get to hang out with Pharaoh soon, but she gets to have the family she did never had, and that seems right and fair.
And I just stop him. And I look at him and I say, how are you feeling about that?
I've been around to watch a millennium come and go. Most of it I spent being probably the biggest piece of shit on the face of the earth. On the face of Erubion. What's Earth? Who knows? But I did a lot of really horrible things, and I was, I've been wondering if I deserve to remain here even after all of this, and it doesn't seem right that a child leave as a consequence of our actions and working with the Great Ones, and I should stay. This isn't like a redemption thing for me, because I don't think I have ever deserved that from all the lives that I took. This is just, it's just long overdue justice. And I'm ready to accept my consequences.
I'll just drop whatever drink that I have and just hug him.
And
like almost crushing.
I hold the drink out like for a second to try and find it so I can hug back. But I find it eventually and like get a hug back.
I'll walk by and pick it up.
Yeah, I just at the last thing that I say in that moment before anything else is said, I just go, so if you want, friend or otherwise, you've got a year to undo your death to me.
I think we got like maybe the next 10 minutes. And I'll hug him again and be like, you have a year to do what you want to do, I say in his ear.
And
And
then
live the life that you want to live.
as the two of you embrace with one another, and as the party continues on in the background, we flash forward and we see the montage of
montage
of the end of the last year of Elburn's life. So, Elburn, what do you do in the last year of your life, including any conversations you want to have with any of these characters?
In terms of what I do, I travel around to everywhere where I can, assuming that I age.
You do, yes.
As much as I can.
Yeah, you age like, like a few years every month almost. Like by the time
like that one streak of gray that I got after what the fuck after?
I don't
recently.
You aged for some reason, I forget, but
it's just something took it out of me, and so like I'm just doing it to become more and more gray.
Yeah.
The first person I go hang out with is Avra.
Yeah.
I go, hey, so how's the magical learning coming?
How's the magic?
We in the montage we flash to a moment where we see Avra behind a desk in the Alchemized Sage Academy doing whatever it is there that she is doing, even if it is there for just that one moment, as Elburn kind of knocks on the door, and you see Elburn, who you haven't seen in a few months, and he comes in.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, this was not around when I was learning things. It is very nice. They actually they give you bigger halls for things. We did not get that. It was very rude when I was a student learning.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's pretty nice. I can't complain.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know what you're doing, and I don't know what I can offer, but I can tell you all the stuff I can remember about some of the things that I did. I don't know how I did them. But if you want knowledge of some of those things going forward, I feel like I can give that to you.
I think
see if you can
this would
work if you
be-
can work backwards from there, you know?
this would be the perfect place for that.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. I think I
Wonderful.
can-
So, Elburn, you spend some time working with Avra and kind of like, partaking any amount of wisdom that you do still have, any intelligence.
Can I make him ask him to guest teach? I teach like an intro to magic class. Can I have him come in and answer all the questions of all the like new students?
First thing I say when I walk in, I go, don't do magic. You will get pregnant and die. Don't do magic standing up. Don't do magic in the missionary position. Okay, everybody take a wand.
Wonderful.
I do that.
Yeah. So how else does Elburn wrap up his last days?
The next person I go to is Rev.
Okay.
Say, hey man,
Hey.
we're going through something similar. It looked like. How's the aging going?
I mean, mine was pretty sudden. Yours looks like it's.
I got a few more grays in there.
I'm
I
going.
showed there are some more grays in there
Yeah.
But
from when I was with
man, my knees, huh? Yeah.
yeah, mine are hurting, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna need to get a cane soon. We'll find out, but we'll see. I was wondering. I know we first bonded on our like little shared aesthetic.
Nipples.
Yeah, on the nipples. I was wondering if you wanted to go on a goth shopping spree with me.
You know, I think we both look a little too old for it, but I'd love that.
Who gives a fuck? I'm buying because I got
It's a
10%
number.
in the fucking butt water business. I am loaded.
I will say that 10% definitely does make Elburn's last year a comfortable last year for sure.
We go
Couple
check
silver,
out.
yeah, a couple silver foxes going throughout the streets of Duskull, reminiscing over the crazy experiences that you guys had during your time together, and laughing over the looks that you provide one another.
Couple of Doc Martin daddies.
Yeah.
Just-
After getting all dressed and changed, I wear the outfit that I definitely got, which is just like a very much more sleek and more fancy version of what I had before. In that time, I also do buy a really badass looking cane to walk around with,
Wonderful.
and then go meet up with Laszlo.
Laszlo, all right.
I go up to Laszlo. I go, how's the hole, man?
Oh, it's incredible. Doing renovations right now, so it's a little bit messy and it's kind of bothering me, but it'll be up and running soon. What's up,
Yeah.
man?
I wanted to show you something that I got. I've been traveling around. I don't know if anybody else has told you, but I'm going around just like having little adventures all on my own. And I take out both pistols, and I don't know exactly what, but I go, I got these worked on at Pearl. What was the place that has like Pearl pistol things?
I don't remember the place's name. But the pearl handles was something you could do to the pistols, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, and they did something to them more than what you could do. I didn't know if you wanted to work backwards and see if you can replicate that, but you can have these. These are yours, man. You did great work on them. Here you go. And I give them both my pistols. One still enchanted with the repeating shot, and then the other unenchanted one.
Thank you. I mean, are you sure you don't want it? You used it pretty well against that dragon. I saw that.
Oh no, I've gotten a lot of mileage out of that story, but like I think they,
Yeah.
I think you should be the one who are holding on to them. You know what I mean?
All right, cool.
I'll get them back eventually. You know?
Sweet. You wanna? I mean, I'm just having dinner by myself tonight. You wanna come over? I'm making pasta.
Fuck yeah! And I stay dinner.
Yeah, and as Elburn and Laszlo eat a nice little pasta dinner together and chuckle over how they first met each other and the pure fear on Willem's face, we then flash forward to the next person that Elburn interacts with.
Definitely more old and gaunt.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's probably a full head of gray at this point. I go to Atticus, and I assume Georgia is with you. But
Yeah, I probably
primarily go
spend
after.
some time with my family. So yeah, the whole. full
Yeah,
thing.
and this is still within a year, so it's not. You
Yeah.
know, you guys are still kind of probably everybody else other than Elburn is probably in the recovery phase a little bit.
Yeah, I.
You look like shit.
Yeah, it turns out.
Hey,
after
Elburn!
about-
George is like walking by.
How you doing?
Good, you look old.
Yeah, it happens after 1,000+ years. Yeah, I guess
Wow.
it's catching
Holy
up with me.
shit.
Yeah, so
And
I look pretty good.
when she says shit, she looks over at you, Atticus, and gives you a wink.
I've been teaching her how to swear.
I like it. Fuck yeah. Nice job. And I hold up the.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That kind of hurts now. That's new. I was just wondering, do you want to maybe hit up Tim and Weimar and get fucked up for old time's sake?
Thought you'd never ask. I've been waiting for you.
I know. It's been.
I have they have this new butt water reserve. I've been saving to pop open. Just
I was in
for
the
you.
pitch meeting for it. I didn't get a taste though. So like,
It's great. It's
it
great.
happened.
Yeah, you guys share on the board of directors of Buttwater. Yeah, you guys end up going out on the town with Tim and Weimar, and
I do want at one point to pointedly take the reserve, the Buttwater reserve, and whatever bar we're in, I like silence everyone until like that's the thing, and I go, Guillaume, and I hold my drink out, and I know that pretty much only Atticus gets it.
Yeah, but
I get it.
But yeah, and you enjoy, and you guys end up going on a bender that, you know, unfortunately, especially in your older age, lasts like a couple days.
Should have killed you. Surprised you could keep up. I'm constantly doing like lay on hands on him to keep him like stable.
And after a couple days of blackout, you have a friendly bro goodbye with Atticus as we jump to the next member.
Yeah, the next member are two members. I meet up since I assume they're still together. Are Ray and Kelfie, you guys are together?
Yeah.
I would
We'll say
assume.
within this first year for sure. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get there. I now have a streak of white like in the middle of the gray now. By the time that I get there, and I greet them and I say, "Hey, how's?"
Oh my god.
Hey,
Sorry. I knew this was happening. I'm sorry.
Ray's like, I made out with him like a few months ago.
Oh my god.
You knew this was happening? Are you okay?
You didn't know this was happening, Ray.
Yeah. I dreamed it.
Yeah. No, it's
It
just,
was a horrible dream right before. It was stress dreams of the dragon thing. Sorry.
Uh,
Yeah. I thought they were
insight
prosthetic,
check. I'm
but-
just kidding.
Yeah,
I told you
wanted
I'd never
to-
lie to you.
I wanted to see y'all. I've been making the rounds because I got some time to travel and some cash to burn. So I was just
That's
traveling
fun.
around before I.
It's been
head
almost a
home and all
year.
of that. Yeah. Just wanted to do that. I just wanted to check in. Kelfie, how are you doing?
Okay. I mean, you know, it's been almost a year, so pretty aware of that.
Yeah,
I'm glad you came to visit. I was hoping to visit a lot of people soon, so yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think you should still go on that trip for sure. I mean, you definitely need to go on that trip. I mean, it was fun. I went. I saw Ava. I taught classes. That's a thing I never thought.
Wow.
Whoa.
That was weird.
Wow.
She did give me the gratitude journal, and I have filled it out.
Wow.
And actually,
That's a
I
lot.
can't wait to hear it. Do you want to read us one thing that you've written?
oh yeah, I'm just thankful.
I
for-
actually wrote the gratitude journal. Do you want a prompt?
Yeah, give me a
Yes,
prompt
I would
for
love to
fun.
know what one thing.
Give me a
Let's
prompt
see.
for fun.
Journal prompts. Let's see. One of them says, write about how your biggest regret helped you grow as a person.
Whoa.
And I.
This is the
okay,
thesis
that's-
of the campaign.
Yeah, that's a really come on. Please answer this quickly.
Oh, I immediately just go in and talk about the entire campaign, basically.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get all the
yeah.
bullet points and get to the end, and I just go. So yeah, that took a while, and honestly, my wrist.
I'm just like-
afterwards, but yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That's a mm-hmm.
Tommy is in the corner asleep. He was put to sleep. Oh, sorry.
Well, he's a young man. I get it. But I just wanted to say, because I'm heading back. I probably won't be seeing y'all for a while, but I wanted to, especially to you, Kelpie, say that you enjoy every single last part of the life that you've been given. Because that living every day like it's your last, it's one of the best things that you can possibly do. And I know you're young, but I have a feeling that this time will feel like you have much more than you think you know. You know, time always seems to stretch out when you're dreading something. You know?
True. Yeah. I mean, we've done a lot this past year,
We did.
and I've tried to do that. So thank you. And just gonna do it for the days I have left too. Just do as much as I can.
Write to me. Let me know what you're up to. I want to definitely see you.
Yeah,
Oh,
they'll definitely be getting a letter from me
that hit me.
soon,
a little.
probably.
Good. And I look over at Ray. I just go, how have you been keeping?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Just having a family. Kind of like it.
I'm so glad you all have a family to go back to. I've just been visiting mine. So I'll let you get to it.
And as Elburn walks out the door and Kelpie starts to prepare for her journey over the next month or so to visit all of her friends, we find Elburn Proctor barely able to stand, sitting in a rocking chair on a porch in a wooden cabin overlooking a beautiful amount of scenery. And Elburn, as you're sitting there, your eyes start to close and fade, and darkness takes you. And then, very annoyingly, you hear,
Oh boy. Had to be you, didn't it?
"Hey, Elburn," and you see the avatar of Mistra standing there. Quite a last year you've had, bud.
Yeah, I didn't think that I would age that rapidly, but I guess.
And as you say that, you kind of like realize that you've got a little bit of pep in your step in that moment, and you look down to see what just happened?
Abra died instead.
Emily's gone. Okay. Well, while hold on just a second. All
I
right.
knew Avra was Mistra this entire
I can
time.
just be cut in half for the, next little bit.
No, what we
Oh,
need.
there she is.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry, my
Um,
whole screen just went completely black for a second, and it came
It's
back
alright.
up, and my Zoom was gone.
We're back. So, he looks at you and he says, "Yeah, no, you look down and you realize that you are peak Elburn physicality. You are no longer old man Elburn."
Elburn.
And he looks at you and he says, "So, because of all the growth you've had, Mistra has decided to give you a gift. But because it's you specifically, it's also a bit of a punishment." And your
Oh, wow.
vision kind of fades again as you then hear a roaring waterfall falling into a still pool of water. and a familiar as Pharaoh, as you see your long lost friend Elburn here to join you permanently.
Elburn, where's Kelfie?
I'm cosplaying as Kelfie. No, that's not it. That's not true. I made a deal a year ago to trade places because she was 15 years old and didn't deserve to die at 15, almost 16.
So you're here instead of her?
Yes, I did leave a letter explaining everything. If anybody finds my body, I don't know if my body is just still there or if it like disappeared. I don't know. There's a letter next to my body currently.
Elburn, guess what? We were prepared for you. I point to a stage that has floodlights, the vines that say "Welcome home, Elburn." Confetti rings down. You gotta try the sauna.
And a bunch of angels mixed with Pharaoh and like woodland sprites and fae-like creatures have a little party with Elburn and Kelfie. In that moment, as you have prepared and stilled yourself for what is to come, you don't know how you know, but you know what happened. And you kind of like look down, and in your hand, even though you don't remember grasping it, but it's like you've been grasping it the entire time, is a letter.
I'll open it and probably immediately start crying and read it.
And as Kelfie begins to cry reading that letter, we focus back to the party that night in Lake Peak. Elburn still sitting there dancing with Atticus. As everybody's jamming around, we look at Laszlo, who's puttering around on his little boots. And we kind of zoom in and we see Laszlo's life. What happens with Laszlo in the next few years?
I think pretty soon afterwards would find Atticus, wherever Atticus is.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Atticus, how's it going?
Good. I'm already taking off the mask.
Hey. First of all, I made you a little something.
Oh yeah?
I made you a little statue of Atticus Varcona slaying a dragon, and it says Atticus Varcona the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
I will cherish this till the end of my days.
It is very pristinely made, and just showcases yet another unknown talent of Laszlo's.
Does this thing explode, or is this just like I just want to know if I have to watch out.
It's a normal statue, but of course, if you throw it hard on the ground, it will explode and do a bunch of flames.
Yes, awesome.
But that's last case scenario. I want you to keep the mask because you look like you had a lot of fun, but I just want to take it right now, just for one trip, and then I'll bring it right back.
You can whenever you want it, you can have it, and I gave you my word that I would give it back. So if you want it, do not feel bad. I hold it out to him.
All right. Okay. Sweet. You can have my rocket boots.
Cool.
I start flying in the air. Hey, Mask, can you hear me? It's me, Laszlo.
Oh my gosh, Laszlo!
Yay!
I'm so excited it's you again! Atticus was never as fun!
So I fly around and then find Ray.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Whoa. You got a boots and a cool mask.
Yeah, I got the mask from Atticus. I just
Nice.
you remember that staff I gave you? I made for you recently?
Yeah. This one?
Well, it was kind of bothering me. That staff, not my best work, and I was like, I could probably do it better. So I made you a better one. I pull out a quarterstaff that's a +2 quarterstaff.
Ooh!
And
it's got engraved on it a visage of Ray on the back of Tiny flying through the air with a bunch of dragon heads on it and smoke.
I immediately just like chuck the other one behind me and then take this one, and I'm like, I love it, with like chibi eyes. Like,
And then one last thing. I was wondering if Tiny had some time to. I mean, I've been really perfecting this pasta recipe, and my hole is always open for dinner if that's cool. Or
yeah, hang on one second,
Okay,
and
I'll just wait here.
I'll call Tiny.
He flies down, swoops to the ground, lands next to you. Hey, Mom. Hey, Laszlo.
Oh, hey.
Can Laszlo speak Draconic?
Yes, he can.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think I've ever had that conversation with him, so I just like in Draconic and like turn over my shoulder and like talk to Tiny, and I say, I think Laszlo has a crush on you.
What does that mean?
I think that he likes you, like in a cute way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do I like him?
Do you? Do you have any feelings on the matter?
I think he's nice.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to have dinner with him? Do you want to eat food
Is it
together?
Cal? Is it Cal?
Rigatoni.
And I just
Oh.
oh.
What's rigatoni?
It's
You gotta try it. You gotta try it, Tiny. It's incredible. I perfected it.
Okay,
There's
I'll
a
try
vodka
it.
sauce.
and I just like back away and like let them.
Okay, I'll try
continue.
it.
Cool. I can show you the way. It's in the mountains.
Oh, is Mom coming?
Fly there.
I think this one's good for you. Can go by yourself. I'll be okay.
Oh, are you sure?
I'll call you if I need you.
But your mom.
And I'll always be Mom.
And so I should protect you and stay here.
No. And I like gesture around. I'm like, there's a lot of people will protect me, and I'll
Okay.
call you if things get weird.
Tiny like tilts his head and looks over at you, Kelfie. He's
What?
just like, are you gonna, like, he doesn't say anything, but he's like, are you gonna take care of her? Looks back. All right, he looks over at you, Leslie. Okay, let's go.
Okay. I can fly too, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Follow me.
And you two fly, and you have a very nice dinner together. That is the beginning of a very lovely budding relationship.
I love
It
that.
can only be around for an hour a day.
3 hours.
3
And I
hours.
can use additional spell slots if needed. And also, he can only be around me 3 hours. Like, I can only utilize him. Doesn't mean that he just like disappears.
This is not gonna be a good relationship.
Is there anything else that Laszlo does with his?
Yes, just one couple final things.
No, yeah, of course.
I would like to try to replicate the automaton the best memory as I can, at least one of them from Fiona.
I would say with Laszlo's capabilities, with his intelligence, with the instructions left behind by Fiona, over time, it might take a couple years, but Laszlo is able to understand, utilize, and construct his own automatons.
The first one I make, go up to it. Hey there, Willem. How's it going?
Hi, I'm Willem. I'm here to help you.
Okay, first things first. We got to teach you our secret handshake. That'll make it official.
Okay, and then you start going into the secret handshake with the automatons. And each automaton is named Willem, Willem 2, Willem
Yes.
3, along down the line.
And then lastly, I would like to go back to my old kobold coven. While they're asleep in a cave somewhere, take
Yeah.
my mask of flying and my ring of fire breath and swoop down as the new dragon leader of the kobold clan.
You do so, and you appear in this cave, and all of the kobolds immediately start bowing down to you. and hold on. Hold on. Just give me a second, okay, guys? Okay. Okay, okay, I don't know. They all bow down to you. I felt like there was, I forget.
We're not worthy.
Anyway. They all bow down to you immediately, like, oh no, like they remember you, they remember how much they used to pick on you, and you just like get out in front of all of them, and your wings, when you wear the mask, are giant red webbed wings, just like that of a dragon, and you breathe fire, and they all look at you. What do you want us to do, Laszlo?
All right, first things first. No more eating kobold. I found that people think it's weird.
And they all kind of like look at each other like, yeah, no, that sounds right. That's good. Yeah. Like, they're okay with that one.
Second of all, just floating idea. What if we go live in a lizard folk village?
Oh, they like hear these like,
There are holes there.
holes.
To the lizard folk village.
And you lead a caravan of kobolds and approach the village of Urto and are welcomed by Vix with open arms. And the kobolds are able to show the lizard folk in Urto how to make more sustainable housing by tunneling. And the lizard folk in the village of Urto are able to show the kobolds how to socialize and interact with one another and share in their traditions. And is there anything else, or just Laszlo live out his days with the village?
I think that's it. He just lives in the village as like a benevolent leader. Goes into.
There's this village in the middle of this thick, dense jungle that is constantly surrounded by an army of robot men protecting it, and it becomes quite famous in the world of Erubion. And
Honestly, the most perfect.
And as we zoom back to the party that night in Lake Peak, we see everybody partying yet again, and we see kind of spinning around each other in a very flirtatious way, Avra and Ben Firestar. And as the two of you kind of meet eyes with one another, we see the rest of Avra's life.
Avra, after leaving the party, goes and visits Drigo, spends a day or so with him.
He's very thankful to see you, and he loves hearing about the stories with Pharaoh. And when you tell him, do you tell him what Pharaoh said right at the very end about when you...
Yeah.
When you tell him that he said that, he kind of breaks down and seems very upset and yet relieved that he does feel this permission to kind of let Pharaoh go. Yeah.
And then she, as a kid, grew up at the university, but didn't ever actually officially get to like go there.
Yeah.
Just sort of like snuck in on classes. So she definitely just becomes part of like the university and teaches some really basic level classes to take more classes.
Yeah.
And then I think eventually starts doing kind of the stuff that her mom was doing, which is like going out and making sure that magical artifacts are preserved and rescued.
Love it.
I would assume or hope that Ben sort of tags along with all of that.
Yeah, I mean Ben is along the ride as long as is along with the ride as long as you are.
Yeah. We would definitely like visit everyone as we can as we travel, but specifically spend like a week or two a year with Kelfie and Ray and the family.
Yeah, and they, unless the two of them decide otherwise when we talk about them, for a while at least, they're based in Stagham, so you're able to see each other quite often, and that's a lovely way for, and I'll wrap up at the very end. Everybody, but that's a lovely.
She also gets Drigo like involved in stuff because he was part of the library, so she's like, "Let me bring you with me." And
Drigo basically, Drigo basically becomes like your business partner that focuses on like the business side of what you do, and you work together and spend a good long time with each other, and the relationship between him and Fiona is a beautiful thing to witness. And as we zoom back to the party, we see everybody still celebrating with one another, kind of hugging each other. And then we see, laughing at Atticus's shenanigans, we see Rev in the corner, kind of, you know, almost solemnly taking in everything that's been going on. You know, this has been quite the journey for Rev Grayskin. And as this journey kind of culminates to this moment, how does Rev spend the rest of his years?
Well, Rev would think to like his time and what happened to him and kind of how it all got there and how Demetrius ended up there as well, and I think spend a good chunk of his life. And something that happens as you like go down the warlock path is I would eventually get to the point where I stop aging regularly.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think Rev would want to prevent people from getting kind of like suckered in by deals with the devil, essentially.
Yeah. And that's also something, if you know, depending on how you view your potential relationship, but that ability that you gain as a warlock is something that Thalia is quite thankful for as her with her elven heritage.
Yeah.
It allows the two of you to be together for as long as you're willing to be together.
Yeah, and if Thalia's in for it, kind of power coupling, going after
kind of like a power couple, like bounty hunter, like
bounty hunter,
love
going
it.
after, and especially trying to tie up the loose end of Rikava, being out there and kind of righting that wrong.
Yeah.
Righting that wrong.
The two of you make a
including the party.
Go ahead.
Including the party members as they desire and want to go after
a potential one shot in the future of Rev and the party minus Elburn making a journey to hell.
Yeah.
You know, Atticus is down to kill something.
Going after that Rakshasa and just killing him over and over again.
Well,
that's our yearly vacation.
Vacation. If you kill the Rakshasa in hell, he permanently dies.
The company retreat.
Yeah.
But certainly, like trying to like also like root out vampires and converting them back to mortal beings
for sure
as well.
Your dad lives a good long rest of his life, and when you finally put him to rest, you feel like that relationship between the two of you is, if not fully mended, you know, the most that it possibly can be. You got out of it in those last few years, and that's lovely for Rev. We see the party yet again, see everybody dancing, see the dance master himself, Atticus, as he is shirtless once again in front of a fire, dancing, and as we zoom in on his glistening abs, Atticus, what do you do for the rest of your life?
Yes. So I also will stop aging at some point.
Yes.
Soon. I don't suffer drawbacks of old age.
Yeah.
First thing, I don't know where my family is, but I would like to move them to Eastborough.
Okay. Yeah. They're actually in Eastborough right now.
I thought, and
Yeah.
spend time with them until I know my grandpa wasn't doing well, so until he passes, spend time with them.
That's probably in that phrase of time is probably where Elburn visited you.
Right. And then after he passes, I would like to take Georgia and my dad and whoever else wanted to go with to root out the Great Tip Vanguards. Of course. Not kill all of them, but
but you go there and you find out that you do find out that the Great Tips are not all bad. But you do find out, and this was actually all planned as well, that the leader, Redwald the Rough, was actually sacrificing people to this ancient entity.
Oh, that's fine. Atticus is fine with that.
and a lot of the Great Tips didn't even know about it, and so you end up saving some of them, but also taking down Redwald. And your mom, who has always kind of felt like, especially now that Georgia has joined the capable of the Varconas, she kind of demands to be able to help. And you and your dad and your sister and your mom spend mornings training and getting ready with each other, and yeah, you take on the Great Tips, and you end up feeling closure for everything that happened to your family.
Yeah, clear the Varcona name in Steep Cliff, spend some time there, but don't settle down there.
Yeah, definitely.
Spend a lot of time in Eastboro helping Tom and Waymer build up the Buttwater Empire. No, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna say that one night Tim gets so drunk when you guys are hanging out that he legally changes his name to Tom, but he ends up not doing it because Elburn always called him Tim.
That's fine. Before I stayed in Eastboro for a long time, I wanted to go to the village of Urto and return the Glistening Sun to Vix and Gringa, its rightful place. Tell them about all the stories it's been on and all the good it's done, but then eventually leave it there.
They're super thankful, and they love hearing the stories, and it's so good to see you after everything that happened. But when you try to give them back the sword, she denies. And she says, this sword and the mysteries surrounding it kept us in a veil of shadow for far too long, and we want to embrace a new future, and it seems like you can do much more good with it than it's sitting in the root of this tree.
Fair enough. Then I was party with Pharaoh there for a little bit.
Yeah. You mean
I would
Laszlo.
eventually Laszlo, not Pharaoh.
Yeah.
I keep on calling him Pharaoh, and it's weird. For a while. Raise a family in Eastboro, but eventually I grow older than them and they die, and I'm still the same age, so it's weird.
Yeah.
Then I go on a long dancing tour of the world, just like travel the world
Love
everywhere for a long time.
Love it.
Physics,
Maybe
hang out there for a couple of years.
Yeah. Maybe a stint since you're ageless. Maybe a stint with Thalia and Rev on their bounty hunting journeys.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then to end, after I outlived just about everybody, I'd like to settle down in the woods by myself in a cabin. Kind of, if I could be like buy a couple towns or buy a town, and then just offer protection whenever they need it. I eventually give up the name Atticus Varcona, just because it doesn't mean anything to me anymore. It's because it's been so long.
Yeah, you don't even remember your family. Yeah.
And if anybody asks who I am, I just tell them I'm a friend. But once a year, once a year, I pop into the mansion to spend a night there, just in case anybody else pops in there. And then that's how I spend my time.
Did we kill Zach?
I got him!
Oh, you got him!
Oh no, I know that face.
We're all having an existential crisis right now.
That was a good one. And as we come back to the party, we see finally Ray and Kelpie embracing one another as sisters. And as they do, Ray, Kelpie, how do you guys spend the rest of your lives? Whoever wants to go first.
I mean, the first year, I think I just would accompany you on your adventures because I can't talk you out of not doing anything because you're going to die.
Right.
And so I'm just like, yeah, we can definitely do that.
So you don't think throughout the year at all you ever betray Elburn's?
No.
Yeah. Good. Nope. I like that.
Yeah.
No, I think, yeah, whatever Kelpie wants to do for that first year, I go along with it. Bring mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for the first year, without knowing, I think after the party that night, those that she knows aren't going to Stackham, she'll like have a moment with to like say bye, but specifically not say bye because she doesn't want to admit that it's like saying bye.
Yeah.
And so once they get to Stackham, or even before she leaves, I think she'd, since everybody else of the family knows, she would tell her parents what happened and the situation, and just say like what she missed the most was like having a childhood, and like she just wants to have a family and be normal for this next year. And I think she'd get bored of that quickly and definitely like be like, hey Ava, whenever you go on like a big mission somewhere, I'm coming. Like I'm not and she'd try school, but she'd just like wild shape and like just it'd be terrible, but she'd have fun.
Since Ava also doesn't know that it was taken away, she's like desperate for any moment to spend with Kelpie for the end.
Yeah. And so I think as much as she always wants to be with her family and then experience as much of life as she can for that first year. And then
after you find out that the curse is no longer with you, how do you go then?
We party.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I have some
ideas.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would love to invite you to them if you want to come.
I think she'd be up to I think now doing whatever anyone else wants to do because she didn't plan ahead. Like she was just like, this is the time I have.
Yeah.
And I think especially she would definitely have stopped counting. Like she wouldn't have had a countdown. She would have wanted that year to go like without like knowing when it's looming. She obviously would know roughly.
Yeah.
And then she would be putting off like the trip to visit everyone. And so like that's why kind of Elburn went before she really had her like last tour of seeing everyone, and so then after that she'd just be like happy to be wherever she is, of just living and loving life.
Right.
As soon as after the city party, Lake Peak party, I would probably go with Avra back to Avra parents. Ew, Tommy's not my dad. I will never.
You're not my dad.
You're not my dad.
Also for that whole year, Kelvie's any interaction between her parents, she just gets to be like the classic like child.
Parent
are you getting back together? Are you in love?
Yeah.
Are you in love? Are you in
And
love? Are you
I'm
gonna be in
like
love? Are you getting back
over
together?
the top of you going like. Also, even though you're not my dad, but I definitely want to consult as Avra kind of like builds up in Stagham and at the Alchemist Age Academy to try to find a way to also getting old Xavier back in the mix of trying to get the curse lifted so I can have my pinkies back and also not be able to not see in the light.
I would say easily enough that's able to happen. Yeah.
Some student somewhere is dabbling in like curse
yeah.
making. So I'll do that. Definitely just rise, like, not that I forget my ranger stuff, but definitely just like got mom, got Kelpie, we're druiding the shit out of this.
Yeah.
Would definitely want to explore rejoining / I don't know the status of the Greenleafs, but go back to them if mom and Kelpie are into that sort of thing.
And because of Kelpie being solely a druid, narratively we will say that the druid nature just kind of came a little bit more natural to her. Her powers have always been a bit more powerful druid-wise than those around her, and Kelpie eventually is able to take advantage of the druid ability to no longer age. However, both you and your mother are not able to take that ability, as that is earned at level 20, and you
I'll never make it.
will never make it to a level 20 druid. So there is a moment where you and your mom eventually, over many centuries still, have to say goodbye to Kelpie.
Bye.
But is there anything else that you?
Absolute mess during that time.
yeah, but that's just I wanted to let you know as far as like the age stuff concerned. That's what happens. But still, whatever else you want to do.
No, I mean I think that just getting to
Be a family.
be a family. I'm assuming that Ben and Abram will get married. I don't want to say, but definitely celebrate the shit out of that.
Yeah.
And
but I
Kelpie
think
pushes
just-
it hard. Hard. Like every
yeah.
time she sees her, are you guys gonna get married?
Shit.
Are you gonna be a sister? Are you gonna get married? Are you gonna be my sister?
Yeah, finally, you're the sister that she actually needs. Come on.
Bring a couple kegs to the wedding.
Okay.
But I think just exploring the druid nature, druid life, and then never. I mean, I will go everywhere. I still can't settle down anywhere.
Yeah.
Tiny and I will fluctuate between Stagham and Faluin and Lake Peak and Steep Cliff and go to that little cabin every now and then. And we'll pop into the mansion as well.
Yeah.
I think maybe Ben and I get married in the mansion. We all
Yeah.
reunite and have like a weekend in that first year, a weekend together.
Oh, I absolutely also will be like #1 fan of Rev and Thalia's little side business too. So
Gotcha. Yeah. What were you
I
about to say,
think-
Kelpie?
Yeah, just thinking ahead, I forgot about the aging thing. Once like kind of that immediate family, I'd just hang around as long as I could. And then once they're gone, I think I would still go and like search for the rest of this party of like seeing who's still around. And if I can find Atticus, I would bug the shit out of him in his alone cabin.
Yeah.
And like maybe get the hint to like leave him alone every once in a while, but like probably not.
That's
Absolutely.
very cute. And as we come back to this party, we see 7 people dancing with one another, loving one another, celebrating one another. For many months ago, it was in this same market square that they were all forced into each other's lives. And this many months later, they've saved the world countless times and have made lasting friendships and lasting relationships. Meister Francile ends up heading the council of Lake Peak along with Fiona Hindlestat, who does come back from the brink of her depression and corruption. Lucius Potter. Vix joins the council of the Lake Peak as well as any members from the Lake Peak 7 who come and join for various meetings. Fiona becomes... Sorry, go ahead.
I live nearby, but I only living for like 20 more years. So.
Fiona becomes the headmaster at the Alchemy Sage Academy and ends up leaving her life behind in Faluin to live a life with Avra and Ben, who Ben does propose to Avra, and they get married and have some children. Eventually, Thalia and Rev, they end up, living past Gregov, and Dane ends up kind of passing away from not necessarily horrible conditions, but just doesn't live quite as long. And the world of Erubion continues on. And eventually, no one brings meaning to the name of the Lake Peak 7. You are a line in history, a chapter maybe, and an important one but time does continue on, and it swallows up the history of the Lake Peak 7. But it is able to do that because of the Lake Peak 7 and because of the work that they did. And as the sun begins to set at this cabin, we hear, "All right, come on. I guess it's time." As an old Atticus Farcona steps off his porch and presses the red gem. "Come on, Kelfie." A large golden Labrador runs through the door, and Atticus walks through. And inside is a even older Rev and Thalia as they embrace you. Slowly but surely, as you join around the fireplace, you're joined by an older man with blue hair, one of the grandchildren of Avra Bell and Benjamin Firestar. And as you all take your time and tell your stories and keep the memory of Lake Peak 7 alive so that someone does remember, we hear a slight voice in the background humming a very simple song. And thus ends the story of the Lake Peak 7.
Jesus Christ! I think I cried like 3 times.
I want to thank my players. You guys couldn't have done this without you, obviously. But not only literally, but figuratively as well. This was a lot of fun, and I'm very proud of you all and proud of the story that we told. And I'm very excited to tell the next one. So thank all of you. Thank you guys for watching. And thank you for supporting the stream.
Can we just give it up for Zach for a minute?
Yes!
Who always thanks us, but we never thank
Well,
him.
thank you. I appreciate it. Tomorrow night, on a lighter note, is the continuation of March Madness, 3rd session out of 4. So tune into that, 7 p.m. Central. Next week at 2 p.m. Central, there's going to be a one-shot in the New World, Tearoth. And keep tuned to the social medias at Charmed Persons everywhere for announcements and dates for Campaign 2. Because even though this campaign is coming at an end, we are still here and we've still got a lot of stuff to tell you guys. So, to the Lake Peak 7.
To the Lake Peak 7.
The Lake Peak 7.
Cheers.
And as always, everybody say bye.
Bye.